was pieced it together. He's like, hey, we've done it before. Let's do it again. Joe Flacco did not look any better than Case Keenum. The play calling was boring and explosiveness. You start the game off with a tight end sweep, a middle screen, and a dump-off pass. Fantastic. Joe Flacco.
Well,
at least he's got elite hair.
I mean, it's hard for me to judge a guy on how the first 3 plays of the game, but overall, yeah.
Look at that play calling.
Throughout the
you're
night.
down
Yeah,
24-9, and all of a sudden, let's get a little tempo. Let's start pushing the football down.
And I think you've got a couple of weapons.
They still have question marks in the offensive line.
Yeah, and they
the
lost
secondary is
one
not good.
Nope.
It's not outside of Chris Harris. Darren Waller, Terrell Williams did whatever they wanted all day long. So the Raiders settled in nicely. Denver looked exactly the same. So I'm still waiting for this team that's supposed to be sneaky good that could win 10 games. Show me how they're going to win 8 games this year, especially in the fourth quarter. There's 8 minutes left. You have 6 points. Yes, you're down close to the red zone. It's I think like 4th and 7 at that point in time, and you settle for another field goal.
Yep. And I think they have a couple weapons. I think Cortland Sutton's going to be really good.
Fine.
I think Emmanuel Sanders.
They have a quarterback that can't create.
Yeah.
Everything has to be set up.
What do you think about the way they run? It
has to be an offensive line. It's fine, but it's the exact same thing as last year, and that's what frustrates me.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to establish run. You have to establish the run. You're not winning in this league at a high level consistently if you just need to establish run and keep your fingers crossed that your quarterback can manage a football game.
All right, week 1 is now totally in the books. Ended with the 24-16 Raider win over the Broncos last night, preceded by the Saints' 30-28 victory at home over the Texans in a thriller. And now we move on, and we can talk about what you've got, and this time next week we'll all have a totally different opinion because it'll be totally different. But come on and get in at 246-0610. That's 246-0610. Emails Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. On the Facebook, it's the OD in the AM. Of course, you can watch the show. We're on the ProView Networks. All that is in producing for you today, you can go to Comcast Channel 26. It's all there, or on any of their social media platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter, and, of course, on the OD in the AM. Lenny, you're up first this morning. Good morning.
Well, the worst job in football existed last night, being the judges and the refs in that stadium.
So I was thinking as we came out of Sunday, there was no refereeing blunder. We got out of the first week. Really, there was no blunder, right? And you had one last night.
Yeah, and no disrespect to ESPN, but adding a former ref in the booth to explain a play that an analyst already explained, just to hear a different take from the ref, who also got it wrong with the time kickoff.
Yeah, at the end of the half, yeah.
Does that help?
I don't know, man. It's another voice. They're killing more time.
It was bad enough that they had to change the first and yardage marker that was on the screen that looked like a penalty flag that everyone was complaining about that they had to change the graphics on. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah, it was kind of like a greenish-yellow color, so it looked like a penalty flag. People were complaining, so they changed the graphics in the second half on it to go back to normal look.
All right.
So now let's look at, you blame Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien doesn't sign players for the team and doesn't make trades for the team. So you get nothing back for Clowney. You get Tunzelman, who's supposed to help the left side, but what happens last night? 6 sacks. Now, is that all Bill O'Brien's fault?
I have an opinion on Bill O'Brien about his overall play calling the last year and a half. This isn't just last night.
No. I understand his play calling isn't the greatest, but the drop passes,
okay,
not all his problem. Line protection, not his problem.
Saints did get after him.
Yes, at the end of the day, it falls back on the coach to an extent, but doesn't it also fall back on the ownership and the GM? Well, in this case, they didn't have a GM.
Well, everybody. I mean, look, they lost one game in the last second. If that field goal's no good, by the way, you're having a different conversation. Yeah, everybody's culpable. Everybody's got a piece of it. Yeah, when you win, everybody celebrates. When you lose, everybody's got to look at themselves in the mirror, and everybody's culpable. Yes.
And then on the Raiders, Terrell Williams is going to show this year. He can be a number 1 receiver. And who's their tight end?
Whoa.
The Raiders tight end?
Yeah. Yep.
He's another good player. So we'll see if Gruden can pull it through, but the Broncos do have some weapons. I still like Noah Fant. He could stretch the field. Lindsey's going to need help because at 5'9", I don't know how much of a pounding he can take running the ball 240 times in a season consistently. He's not built for it. He's only 5'9", 190.
That's why Royce Freeman got, 11 carries last night? He got one more carry. I think it was one. You get one more, one less. I mean, they split it pretty much.
So, I mean, they're going to have to work it out. But at the
Royce
end
Freeman
of the day,
had 10 for 56, and Lindsey had 11 for 43.
Right. But at the end of the day, you still have Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that's your guy. All right, man.
And I can't get excited about Joe Flacco.
Nor can JJ. Nor can Bronco fan. All right, Lenny. Thank you. Enjoy the day. All right. So he's sharing in your misery, but he's not like one of you. Does that make sense?
Well, it's the same. It's the feeling I had going into the season. What's going to be different? How is Joe Flacco all of a sudden going to open up this offense when we saw how his tenure ended in Baltimore? It was a team that was built the exact same way. They wanted to run the football. They wanted to play very good defense. Last night, you credit the Raiders because what Derek Carr did, there was an energy with that offense. The plays he made, he was comfortable. That offensive line gave him time. And then also what the Raiders did defensively. Up until that fourth quarter, that football wasn't moving. And even if Deshaun Hamilton catches that touchdown pass, which he dropped in the end zone.
Yes, he did.
It's still only 10 points at that point in time.
Yep, you got a reason to be concerned. All right, come on in, 2460610, your guest list today. 8 o'clock this morning, Doug Martin, the head football coach in New Mexico State. They're done with Alabama, and they're done with Washington State, and now they can get into their schedule. The season can start, I guess. San Diego State will be in town, and we'll catch up with Doug Martin coming up at 8 o'clock. We'll get into the football. We'll get into all kinds of stuff. We'll get into the college football. We got stuff to give away. 2460610 is the Quan's Auto Care hotline. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoster on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger.
Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick.
Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results. Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools. ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital.
That to you, you know. You got Cowboy stuff yesterday, and you're going to get the Raider stuff today. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoser. Alden's producing on ProView for us today. Glad you're with us. 246-0610 is your number if you want to get in. 888-922-0610. Emails, Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. All right, week one is over. What do you think you know now that maybe you did not know on Friday?
That living up to the hype is really hard, even if you do have talent. I.e. the Cleveland Browns for that shellacking at home.
Mm-hmm.
That this can be a very cruel sport. When you look at, say, Nick Foles going down the first game of the season, losing him for half the year.
We knew that.
A lot of people were on the Jaguars as a bounce-back team, as you were.
I was. Yeah.
And having a fresh take on offense can open things up. Kellen Moore and the Dallas Cowboys, a new life in the Dak Prescott.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, the Cowboys are the first thing that jump off the page to me that I don't think I knew. And it is what their offense look like. Now let's go out and play somebody else, and Washington's probably not the team. I want to see them play.
The Saints, I think, will be fourth game down the road.
All right. But that said, that's a pro football team that they played. And to JJ's point, the way that offense opened up with the weapons they've got, that's number one to me. I don't know that I learned anything else because I think the Ravens win, at least the style in which they won, I kind of feel is fool's gold. I don't know that I think the Browns are as bad as they looked. I don't know. Here's one. I'm in Tampa Bay, but I probably knew this. The Tampa Bay thing I don't think is going to work with Jameis Winston. I don't see how it works, and I wonder how long Bruce Arians stays with that. But I just don't think that works. And I think Philly's going to be okay. And Indy's going to be better than we thought. How about that? In Indy, you don't put them out to pass.
Well, I don't look at them as better because I thought they'd be in contention in that division.
Okay, then they will. I think a lot of people thought once Andrew Luck went down that was
a better football team that Jacoby Brissett is quarterbacking than in 2017. All that they had invested to get to this point with Quentin Nelson, who's like a star offensive lineman now in this league. Marlon Mack, solid running back. Yes, I think the Colts will be fine.
They went out west to play a team that everybody thinks is a playoff team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chargers. And a lot of people think is the third best team in the AFC, correct? Mm-hmm. And took them to overtime and played them with Jacoby Brissett. I think they're in a good spot.
The only question might be your 46-year-old kicker.
Okay. If that's your only question, then you're in a good spot. Yeah. If that's your only question, you're in a good spot. You could probably find a kicker. I'm going to guess you could find a kicker. One good thing about the Dolphins is their kicker. Is he one of the guys who wanted out, Jason Sanders?
Jason Sanders.
Did he call his agent and say, I want out too? All right.
You don't rattle the boat when you're a kicker. You just keep your head down, kick them field goals.
That's right.
And then you can have your moment like Will Lutz did last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big moment.
That's about the only position.
A podium game, baby, for the kicker.
Have a bright spot there,
Yeah, no, it's a big one. All right, Bob Davies scheduled to speak today at the weekly press conference, which I think is good. I'm not sure. What do you expect? That I feel good and it was a scare and thanks to the staff and it was a wake up call and I'm going to be back and I'm part of the preps, but these guys are, they're in charge going to South Bend. I mean, right? Anything else in there you expect?
No, maybe just his thoughts on what he's watched, because I'm sure he's done so for the last few days.
Yeah.
And I bet it's been hard to keep him from going over the top.
Probably. I wonder how active he will be in who's the starting quarterback. Game plans, right? Is it going to be all Joe Daly and Saga Tuatele that are going to decide who the starting quarterback is? Or is it, he's got to be part of it, right?
Oh, he's going to have a voice in that discussion. And this is one game where we're going to see multiple quarterbacks.
I think every game.
How it's going to play out.
Yes.
I think now all of a sudden Sharon Jones is in position. Tuyote's going to see time. I know Brent Hughes got back. But him having that shoulder injury in game one, we'll see where he's at, given the fact that the bye week was really good for everyone in this situation. And once again, come to Mexico State, you can't go into that week going, hey, we like these four guys. You got to pick one guy, let him go.
Yeah, you feel like next week's the week that they've got to have a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I think I feel the same way.
Here's a thought. I know Bob Davies is going to miss it, probably for health reasons, the game. But what's going to keep him from watching the game here at home?
Nothing. I don't think.
And maybe, I don't know, if the stress levels, is it going to be the same if he watches it, or is he going to just stay away? Or
I think, first of all, the stress level will be different. Will there be a stress level? Yeah, I think there will be.
And can he get on the phone and make a call?
No. I think they're going to leave their cell phones in the locker room. Saga's not going to be on the sideline. Yeah, my phone's buzzing. It's 3rd down and 2. Oh, damn, it's Coach.
It's Bob.
What's up, Coach? You want to run that?
Answer my phone.
Right. Yeah, no, that's not how that's going to roll. I don't even think he's going to talk to him at halftime. He's going to probably be sitting there with his wife. And, yeah, is there a stress level to that? Sure. But not the stress level standing on the sideline or coaching in that stadium. No, his doctors, by every account, this was serious. By every account, this was really serious. And you don't just bounce back a week and a half later and get on a plane and go to South Bend and coach in this atmosphere. You just, it's a bummer for him because I know he was looking forward to this. I know this was a big thing for him, and it should have been. But at some point, your health is more important, and he's got to take care of himself and take care of his family, and that's where this goes. So, yeah, I got to believe he'll watch the game. Somebody will ask him that today. Yeah. Who do you think the starting? Are they going back to Grant Hughes?
I think it's going to be Sharon Jones.
Okay.
This week. Especially just what you saw in the second half. They were more explosive. They're a team that I just don't think they can be a pass only. And with Hughes, for his first game, I thought he did well in his decision-making. He made some good throws downfield. But I think there's a different dynamic with Sharon that they have to have, which does open up the run game and give him that quarterback run option.
Yeah. All right, come on in, 246-0610. Who do you think's the quarterback? Who would you like to see? I guess you're going to see a bunch at Notre Dame this week. What are you expecting? What is it? What's the number, 38.5? Is that what I saw?
Yep.
Ish? What are you expecting? You expecting something like Alabama and New Mexico State last week? You expecting something a little tighter than that? I am. You know, I went back and watched some of that first half yesterday, Alabama and New Mexico State. Yeah, they hit the first play. But, I mean, the Aggies forced 2 punts, then turned the ball over at midfield. I'm not telling you they were going to win. Well, they played with them for a while. And then reality hit. Did you watch any of it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. You think I'm wrong?
They made some plays, but I that's why I'm interested to talk to Doug. Like, what do you see as a coach? What stood out to you? What do you take away from these first 2 weeks? That from the outside, you can say, hey, avoided injuries, played hard, rah, but what can they get from games like this that they can actually use moving forward?
Yeah, I think all that's fair. All right, 246-0610, come on in, 888-922-0610. Hey, guys, if you could feel better when you do it. I guess the real question is, if you could feel better, why would you not do it? Of course you would, and you can with NuMale. NuMale's helping guys all over the country. Guys who are lacking energy or dealing with hair loss, low T, erectile dysfunction, all things that are natural as men reach a certain age. It's only natural, guys, nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you don't do anything about it. Do something, call NuMale, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 and feel better. NuMale offers cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments, which have benefited guys everywhere. Guys, maybe like you, who are done feeling fatigued, done feeling a lack of energy all the time, done dealing with erectile dysfunction. NuMale, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. NuMale's right here in Albuquerque and has a tremendous success rate. If you are suffering from erectile dysfunction, depression, tired of being tired and just want to feel better, NuMale is for you. Call NuMale, 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688 and feel better.
Sports Animal Time, 7:25, and this is going to make you feel better. We only have one active accident right now happening. That was Edith at Osuna. It was last reported that it was blocking the northbound traffic there. That's the only thing to worry about. We had an earlier accident, I-25 northbound right at Sunport Boulevard, but that has been cleared, so everything else should be good. If you see an accident or some kind of delay, always make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike. I wish I was doing nothing and getting paid that kind of money.
If it makes you feel any better, you're doing nothing and getting paid. It's just not that kind of money. You keep not trying, and one day maybe you'll get there.
Weekdays at 3, the Sports.
We're movers and shakers. We know how you roll, and we're with you. On the tarmac or terrain in the 2019 RAV4. In the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8. In the sharp 2019 Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And in the all-new 2020 Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2019 Highlander with $1,667 per $1,000 borrowed. Or get $3,000 cash back on a new Highlander. Offers end September 30th. Toyota, let's go places.
Excludes hybrid models. APR on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Cashback savings from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Does not include college, got a military rebate. Must be part of the transaction. No cash payment will be made to consumer. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end September 30th.
Visit Toyota of Santa Fe, Larry H. Miller Toyota Albuquerque, or Larry H. Miller American Toyota. For more information, visit Toyota.com. Toyota.
Guys, if you could feel better, wouldn't you? The better question is, if you could feel better, why would you not? Of course you would, and you can with NuMale. It's Jeff Symbieta. NuMale has helped guys all over the country. Guys who are lacking energy, dealing with hair loss, low T, and erectile dysfunction. All things that are natural as men reach a certain age is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you don't do anything about it. Call NuMale at 652-1688 and feel better. NuMale offers cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments, which have benefited guys everywhere. Guys like you who are done feeling fatigued, done feeling a lack of energy, done dealing with erectile dysfunction. Call NuMale. 652-1688. NuMale is right here in Albuquerque and has a tremendous success rate. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, depression, tired of being tired, and just want to feel better, NuMale is for you. Call NuMale at 652-1688, 652-1688, and feel better.
Welcome back to Amazon Prime one-day delivery trivia. Now to the next question. If Adam can get a chainsaw in 1 day with Amazon Prime one-day delivery, and Sharon can get a leaf blower in 1 day with one-day delivery, what are the odds their neighbor will order noise-canceling headphones with Amazon Prime one-day delivery? Yes, Sarah.
Pretty good?
Correct. Introducing one-day delivery from Amazon Prime. Order from millions of items. Peace and quiet delivered.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
School's back in session, and at AutoZone, we've got the free services you need to get your ride ready. Like our AutoZone Rewards program. You can save more and get exclusive deals, just like this one. Right now, AutoZone Rewards members can get a $10 bonus reward when they buy 5 quarts of Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil and an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for just $33.99. Visit us at AutoZone.com and start the job fast with free same-day store pickup and free next-day delivery. See terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Bonus reward available in store with valid email address. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm not a big talker. I am a big doer. But sometimes the only way to solve the problem is to get on the horn and figure it out. So the only people I like talking to? Grainger. With knowledgeable product experts, ready with the answer.
Last spot, 30 seconds.
Calling Grainger is the one conversation I don't mind having. From machining and motor parts to valves and vacuum pumps. When it comes to solving my problems, Grainger's got my back. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10, The Sports Animal. Albuquerque's home for college basketball. 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
What do we got? Tickets to give away to Rob Thomas, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that at 8:25 today. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and Hoser and Alden. You can watch us on the ProView networks. You can listen to us on 95.9 FM. And, of course, AM 610, The Sports Animal. All right, got some emails. Rudy's not happy with Dan's call yesterday. Now, I heard the call a little differently.
Huh.
But he says...
Let's recap.
You know, I know who Dan is, and I really object to his total misstatements about Lobo football. And he says, you know, I know why he's angry. He says, UNM offered every single player he talked about first before they got offers. Remember, Dan was talking about New Mexico kids, and we pointed that out. I said, it's not because UNM and NMSU didn't offer those kids. And he said, you know, Dan's point was, well, they kind of, you know, they got other offers first, and then the local schools came in. Again, I honestly, I don't know. I don't.
And sometimes that happens, but that shouldn't determine, you know, whether UNM is not recruiting them. I mean,
well,
if
the first one doesn't always win,
right?
It's a young man that went to Herman's that went to Purdue. Mm-hmm. He was going to UNM. He had committed to UNM,
verbally committed,
and
right?
On signing day,
like, see ya,
got up at Purdue because they had another guy bail, and so they offered him, and he wanted to play at a Power 5 school.
That makes sense.
He says UNM has the same people who set up tailgates at Alabama here. No one uses them.
That is true.
Right. I think that's right, and I don't know that he was saying that necessarily that it's on UNM. More so that people don't go. I mean,
he might have not been aware of that, because that was my thought when he made that comment. I was like, wait a minute, we started that last year.
Yeah, but to his point, nobody uses them.
And
I
totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
like I didn't know that was still a thing.
But I mean,
yeah, I don't know if they're back.
Whether
again,
they're offered or I don't know. He says UNM invites all kids onto the field after the game, just like Alabama. This is totally unfair, and to let them continue that type of lie is not fair, and I call BS. This is what anonymous sports talk has done to schools like UNM. The alienation of the fan continues. When all this goes away, what are we going to have to talk about and go see? P.S. He didn't mention that UNM has 20 kids on the football team, NMSU 10 from New Mexico.
Yeah. And it seemed more like Dan wasn't bashing, but he was like, these are some of the things I would like to see here locally.
Well, again, I think he was coming off the Alabama experience and saying, hey, look what I saw.
Yeah, and he enjoyed it.
And to his point, he talked about Boise State being built on Idaho kids, right? And a lot, but not all of them. Kellen Moore was from Washington,
but that program has had quite a bit of success.
Southern California.
National success here lately, and they've dipped a little bit, but they also come back and kind of they've almost sustained it. So
yeah, they're pretty good right now. All right, John says add another item to your list, guys. How about adding the Packers defense to things you didn't know about last week that you know now? I'm sure the opponent's offense had something to do with it, much less than the Cowboys' opponent did, though. But I was very impressed. Fair enough.
Touche.
We'll go the other way. I didn't think the Bears' offense was going to struggle as much. Did you?
Yeah, Trubisky looked skittish. Not confident, not comfortable.
Gus wants your official picks after the dramatic semis that went the distance. Who are you picking in the PCL finals? Round Rock versus Sacramento.
I'll go with the Express.
Why not?
I'll go the other way. I'm going Sacramento.
You always do.
I know. Time for another JJ Buck.
Get off my rocks.
Get off my rocks. Yesterday,
whippersnappers.
Jeremy says, I was driving around at 1 p.m. when I noticed tons more traffic than usual. Then I realized why, driving through a couple of school zones with flashing lights and crossing guards. When the heck did schools start dismissing early Mondays in September? No wonder these kids don't learn anything, despite the school year starting earlier and earlier. Come on, man, it's hot.
They are dismissing early. My child, actually all my children, came home early, and I asked them, why the early day? They're like, well, the way the schedule is, we're going to school a little bit too much longer, so to compensate with the time, every month, the first Wednesday of every month, they're going to let school out early. I'm like, huh?
All right. What are you supposed to do with them?
Bring them home, feed them, give them some snacks.
Invest in education. It's important so these kids can stay at school longer.
Whatever. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at 610knml.com and JJ at 610knml.com. So Tommy met with Antonio Brown.
Gave him a sandwich.
Enjoyed it. Very smart football player, said Tommy. He knows how to play the game. Been extremely productive. And he said that there's a lot of work to do. The only thing now is how to communicate. Get on the practice field. He says, this is Tommy now. Quote, I'm not buying in any hype or potential. I'm into work. He's into work. And our entire offense is into doing what's the best interest for the team. I'm really excited to get to practice on Wednesday. Will this work?
Yes.
I agree. I think it will.
I
think
so.
AB is longing for that structure that really, like, hey, man, these guys know how to get it done.
How many targets?
Well, he had that. He had that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
And he lost his mind.
Yes, I think you're right. Yes.
Well, maybe he wants it back from a different perspective.
Well, he could have had it in Oakland. I mean, it looked like they were trying to put something together there. I mean, you blaming that on the Raiders?
No. I just don't think he wanted to be there.
This is all Antonio Brown. All on Antonio Brown. And this can work moving forward because I know you're questioning targets, what kind of receptions
I am.
you're going to have. You know who's not there? Rob Gronkowski. So you know what this team is going to do? Run Edelman, Gordon, and Brown 90% of the time on offense.
Edelman, Gordon, and Brown might be the best trio of receivers in the game. It's got to be, right?
Yep. So you're not losing that target share to the tight end. They already showed Sunday night that that's the personnel grouping they're comfortable with and they're going to roll with. Hence Philip Dorsett's role and his big plays down the field.
Does Josh Gordon play the role of Gronk? Big body receiver, can go over the middle?
Not really.
No?
Because if you look at his stats when he's been on the field, he's been their leading yards per catch guy. But
he's a big body guy. Go up and get it. Like goal line stuff. Who they go underneath to Edelman?
It's Edelman. It's Brown can run those routes.
No.
They are very good, and they do a great job adjusting the personnel that they have.
And they got better and better and better.
You know why I think the structure's different with the Patriots?
Why?
You guys said he had it with Pittsburgh, but this structure has produced championships without stars, basically, almost, And they put up a lot. At Pittsburgh, he had it, but they weren't winning championships.
No, they weren't.
So maybe
they did win one. He won one, didn't
that could be intriguing to a guy.
He won one, didn't he?
Antonio Brown?
He did not?
No, he wasn't on that.
He wasn't on that team.
The team yet.
Right. I think he realized. Well, to sit here and say he realizes that, I mean, how can he not? But then you're not. We're not dealing with the average human being here, right? He's got to realize this is it, right? And it probably isn't. If he got cut tomorrow from them, there'd be 2 other teams lined up to get him.
Mm-hmm. He's still got a couple chances, but I think there's one that works. Tom Brady's invested in him already, and it really is. This is a team that's not going to bend over backwards for him.
That's right. Like John Gruden did.
And that's going to be the difference. Is they're like, we're fine without you. Peace out. And will Antonio Brown realize that? Who knows?
It's like when you're chasing, when you were single, you were chasing women. The ones you probably got are the ones
I wasn't chasing. They were chasing me.
The ones, all right. The ones who chase, like the least.
That was an Edward kind of thing, huh?
You overshow interest, right? And they lose interest, right? And they realize, he doesn't need me, which, it almost makes them want to be there more. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
And that's, I think, what you're saying. Will they be? Will this work? Because they're not going to coddle him. They're not going to bend over backwards. And by the way, and I know it was against your team, and so I don't expect you to concur, but good for the Raiders. After all the crap they went through.
They looked good last night.
They looked good last night. After all the crap that they went through in camp.
Overcame
and
adversity.
Had to deal with all that mess. To go out and look good last night and get a solid win at home on Monday night. I know it was against your team, and so there's no feeling good about it, but good for them, man, because they didn't deserve all that crap. And you can say, yeah, they did. They're the Raiders, but they really didn't. 2460610. We'll talk with Doug Martin. The top of the hour on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Blaze King and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamStyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins.
Well, you can turn your attention to baseball for a few days.
Oh, yeah, that's still going on.
We're coming down the stretch. Not really any divisional races. The Twins have taken control in the American League Central. The Yankees will win the East. And the Astros put up again yesterday. Did they win 20-something to... They won 15-0 yesterday and 21-1 today?
21-1 on Sunday.
What on earth? They are just pummeling the baseball. So the Astros will win the West. Your wild card right now is Tampa Bay at 86-59. And then...
great race between Athletics and Indians.
Yep.
Half a game right now.
Yep, Oakland is up a half a game right now. National League, Braves are going to win the East. Looks like the Cardinals are going to win the Central. Dodgers, I think, won the West back in April.
They did. I mean, they threw the first pitch of the season.
So your wild card right now, and the Nationals are fairly firm, and your second wild card team looks like it's going to be the Cubs. So you got baseball a couple more weeks, and we're going to get into playoffs for baseball. And this will be interesting because the teams that are winning divisions are going to get to line up their pitching. All six of them. All of them. Dodgers are already doing it. They've been doing it for weeks. Everybody just gets to line up and do what they want to do. So you got baseball still going on. The U.S. Open is over. You have the FIBA World Cup in basketball. USA beat somebody yesterday. Brazil?
They did.
Is that who it was yesterday? So you've got that. If you want to get in, and of course you got the footy, and you can get in at 246-0610 or 888-922-0610.
How about this? Since August 1st, 34 games. Alex Bregman. This is his slash line. 414, 497, 781, 18 doubles, 9 homers, 40 RBIs, 19 walks, 13 strikeouts.
Who's the American League MVP?
He is going to get some votes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, who are you voting for? Is there a clear cut?
I don't think there's a clear cut.
I don't think there is either. I think he's right there in the mix. Bad Street sent me an email. New Jeff Man Crush. Jeff, WTH, Channel 13 replaced the weather girl with a middle-aged balding white guy. What's wrong? Middle-aged balding white guys need jobs too now. Don't they? What's wrong with middle-aged balding white guys? No?
It's all about the ladies.
Just
lately.
asking. I haven't seen who they put on the
Yeah,
morning
me
show.
neither.
I haven't had DirecTV, and they just came back on my DirecTV after like a year.
Hey, whew, thank goodness, right?
You know what I'm saying? Now I get it all. So you didn't get the games last night, huh?
Me? No, not me.
Yeah, all right. So you didn't see the 58-yard field goal by Will Lutz.
I saw it on Twitter World.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Will Lutz was fantastic, man.
Lutz, the win.
Podium kicker.
Podium game for the kicker. And post-game interview right off the bat.
Yeah, with Lisa Salters coming right off the field. Yeah. All right, so you can look at next week's schedule too, because now maybe you think you have a better idea. The Thursday night game does probably nothing for you. Tampa Bay, Carolina. Or does it? It's at Carolina.
Yeah, I want to see how Carolina bounces back, you know.
I think they're going to pummel Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay's horrible. Who's the worst team in the league coming out of week 1? It's Miami. Who's the next worst team?
The next worst team in the NFL.
Just based on week 1?
Because I think Miami's in a bad league of their own. Like I think Miami's just bad, like bad.
It's definitely Miami.
Tampa Bay, right?
I think Tampa Bay could get there. But Miami is
them and the Browns are right there,
by
based on performance.
On the Browns?
Hey, man, I saw the highlights. They were getting hammered.
Did you see Brown fan? I saw TJ's like, hey, you coming in and hammer me? Nope. Everybody else is. Nope. Nope.
Kick me while I'm down.
Hot take Dougie was in here like someone just kicked his dog.
No, man, they did.
Did
Twice.
you see it? Yep. Just beat the living stuffing out of him.
Kicked them on the way in and on the way out.
Yep. Sunday night next week, you get Philly and Atlanta here on the Sports Animal.
Are you ready for Monday Night Football? Are you ready?
What's the match?
Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, y'all.
This is where it all started last year.
Is it?
It was a Thursday night game.
Yep.
Tyrod Taylor got hurt. In comes Baker Mayfield. No looking back.
And here we are. Two teams that were disappointing opening day losers.
Mm-hmm.
Jets blew a 16-0 lead at Buffalo, lose 17-16. Browns blew a 7-0 lead. Just got run
good
out
early.
Built.
So good.
You got the Rams and Niners in the late window. I'm sorry, the Rams and the Saints in the late window. Mm-hmm. Rams and Saints in the late window is spectacular. Kansas City's at Oakland. That'll be somewhat interesting. Your early window games that are going to be good. I think Minnesota at Green Bay is good. Indianapolis at Tennessee is sneaky good. And you always want to see Dallas and Washington, right?
Oh, yeah, but
I'll be interested in Jacksonville at Houston. Why are you looking at me like that?
You're interested to see how the Jags respond?
Yeah, I still think
Gardner Minshew, maybe sneaky player this year all of a sudden with what he did in
see his numbers?
preseason.
I mean, see his numbers in the opener?
Mm-hmm.
They were legit for a guy who didn't
Yeah,
think he
they're
was
all
play for a 6th-round pick.
down a ton at the time.
Yeah, they were. Look, They kept him for a reason, right? I mean, you're in the backup spot for a reason.
You're a play away from being a starter. Yeah.
Do you think they just go in the tank?
No,
I think they're out of the division race.
Yeah, because Foles is out. I'm interested to see what they do. I want to see what their defense can do, and I want to see how Houston responds to getting beat like that, because that's a division game coming up. Yeah, Jacksonville still interests me. They might in a couple weeks, or might not in a couple weeks, but they still.
You're right. It's going to be the defense. They were shredded.
Yeah,
that was the one team that Mahomes and Kansas City struggled with last year. The Jaguars did a good job limiting him. They had no problem on Sunday. Nick Foles or not, they dropped 40 on him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Sammy Watkins, did they realize they have to cover that man?
It's a pretty special offense now. But yeah, to your point, yeah.
Now,
they may do that to everybody.
But Tyreek Hill's out now.
Yes, he is. All right. So that's what your schedule looks like next week. Here on the radio, you're going to get Alabama, South Carolina on Saturday. Friday night, you get Washington State, Houston. That'll be nice. Bucks and Panthers on Thursday, and then your Sunday lineup on the Sports Animal, 10:30 Colts and Titans, 2 o'clock Bears and Broncos, ooh, and then Eagles and Falcons at 5:30. That's what we got next week for you. Today, Bob Davies going to speak, and we'll hear. I'm interested to hear what he has to say, certainly, and I think everybody is. As the Lobos go to Notre Dame, and then coming up next, we're going to talk with Doug Martin as the Aggies finally get to play a home game, and they'll welcome Rocky Long in San Diego State down to Aggie Memorial Stadium. It'll be their home opener down there. 2460610. You can send emails. Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. When we return, conversation with New Mexico State football coach Doug Martin. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Alden on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10, The Sports Animal.
For years, Ben Lucero and Indigo Mortgage has been telling you when you need a mortgage loan, shop around even if it means you get an offer from the competition. Michael Carlisle here. A recent study shows first-time home buyers are the most likely to shop around, but they rely heavily on big internet lenders. That's a bad move because those internet lenders are notorious for taking advantage of first-time home buyers and anyone looking for a loan who isn't getting multiple offers. If you shop around, you're likely to save thousands of dollars in unnecessary points and fees. Just recently, Indigo Mortgage has heard from 5 different borrowers who got hooked up with that lender that rhymes with pocket. In all 5 cases, Indigo Mortgage was able to get a rate a quarter to a half point lower and saved up to $4,000 in fees. When you shop, make sure you do it with a local lender you can trust. That's Indigo Mortgage. Call them at 836-5700 or visit them at indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage. 836-5700.
NMLS 188348.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper Tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. And one of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Lomas or Eubank and Manal.
Ken John.
You guys have a good time?
From Community, The Hangover, Dr. Ken, and now his Netflix special, You Complete Me Ho.
I get a lot of stuff where people think I'm kind of the model minority, and it's a lot of, I don't know,
It's a little heavy for me because think about it, like, oh, you're a doctor, you're an actor, you're a comedian, you're an Instagram model. You can do all these things.
Ken Jeong, Friday, November 15th, the all-new Athletic Casino showroom. Reserve seats are on sale now at the Athletic Casino box office or Isleta.com. Ken Jeong live.
Take a good look around your office. Chances are it could use a little rearranging. Maybe a new chair here or there, a few new desks, maybe a file cabinet or two. Or wait a minute, let's just trash the whole thing and start all over again. There you go. That's thinking big. And at Albuquerque Office Systems, you can make it happen. I mean, you can call Albuquerque Office Systems at 345-2824 and have Joey Apodaca or any associate come evaluate your office for new or remanufactured modular office cubicles, as well as all office furniture. Or you could just go to their website, aosabq.com, and start from scratch. That's aosabq.com. You know, it's been said that new office equipment can increase productivity by 20%. Imagine that. So for a more productive working environment for your employees, visit aosabq.com or call 345-2824. That's aosabq.com or 345-2824. Albuquerque Office Systems. Do your part. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge. And I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days. It's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back.
Last spot, here we go.
Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle.
And Mike Trujillo.
We are the Sports Bar. We're Albuquerque's #1 afternoon sports talk show.
Talk sports with us every afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Listen to the Sports Bar weekdays at 3 o'clock or right here on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the Sports Animal.
Home opener down in Las Cruces this weekend. The Aggies finally get to play a home game. San Diego State and Rocky Long will be in town. 6 o'clock on Saturday down in Aggie Memorial Stadium. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser. We'll get back to your phones coming up in a little bit. Aggies are coming off a trip to Tuscaloosa. 62-10 was the final. Doug Martin is the head football coach at New Mexico State, and he joins us as his conversation is brought to you by Fogel Law Firm. If you've been hurt at work, trust a local lawyer who specializes in workman's comp to get you all the money you need and deserve. FogelLawFirm.com. Doug, all that's over now. Now you can start the season over, huh?
Well, that's the preseason, right? So now we get started. But, it was a great atmosphere down there, Jeff. I was really proud of our team, the way we played. It was 120 degrees on that field, and we did not have any problems with the heat, no cramping, any of that stuff. And, last year I was really concerned our team didn't play very physical, and what I saw Saturday is our team play as physical as we could possibly play. And that's why we walked out of there healthy, because we hit them as hard as they hit us. And we were overmatched in a lot of areas, but, proud of the way our guys played.
So that's key, right? You got out of these two games healthy?
Well, Roy Lopez is still out from the Washington State game, but we didn't get anybody hurt in the Alabama game.
All right, so that's a big deal. They hit you on the first play, gone. And it is what it is. I mean, that's a different level speed. I thought midway through the first quarter, or late in the first quarter, you made a couple of stops. You made them punt. You fumbled the ball at midfield. Not that you were going to turn around and win the game, but I thought that just kind of turned things around a lot. Turnovers, obviously, against a team like that, they're going to happen, but you've got to prevent the turnovers.
Yeah, in terms of what you don't want to see in the game, Jeff, you're exactly right. The first play of the game, they scored because we were misaligned, and they ran an unbalanced line and a motion, and our defense didn't adjust to it, and we got outflanked. And that's beating yourself. That's not mentally making the right call and the right check and getting lined up properly. And then, obviously, the fumble again. Those are self-inflicted wounds where you're beating yourself, and and those are things that are concerning to me right now because we've done that in both the first two games. Now I don't know if that's speed of the game because of who we're playing or what that is, but we've got to eliminate those things if we're going to win this Saturday.
Doug Martin's New Mexico State's head football coach with us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline.
Doug, what did you learn about your team these last two games?
We got a lot of heart. I tell you what, I would never question our guys' work ethic. I would never question their desire, their ability to play physical. And those are all great attributes. I think we've still got a great team chemistry here. I really think we've got great leadership on our team. But we are going to play the toughest schedule of any Group of 5 team, and that includes this week. And, playing San Diego State, team that just, beat UCLA. So it doesn't get any easier for us just because it's going to Group of 5. But I like our team. And it's really hard for me to know where we are right now as a team because of who we played in these first 2. It's really hard for me to judge us as a team. But we'll know more about ourselves over the next 3-4 weeks.
With that being said, is there anyone that's jumped out to you that has really impressed you these last 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah, several guys. Xander Yarbrough up front. Jemias Williams played really well up front on defense for us. Rashi Hodge on defense. Jason Simmons, a freshman defensive back who is really playing some good football for us, is going to be an excellent football player here. So we got several guys on that side of the ball. And then offensively, we continue. Our wide receivers continue to make plays. Tony Nicholson, O.J. Clark. We got a lot of guys that can make plays. And Josh Atkins has been playing really good football. I think our offensive line actually held up better than I thought we would, especially against Alabama.
Doug, it was hard not to notice Josh Foley's running. He looked like he was running hard, hitting holes, falling forward, had some speed on the outside. Has he earned a little bit of playing time?
Yeah, obviously we've got a lot of depth in the backfield. He's been playing on special teams too, and that's an area we need to keep getting better in also. So, we're finding guys, and we're getting more depth than what we've ever had.
All right, I watched San Diego State. I was there on Saturday. They're physical. They were not pushed around at all by a Pac-12 line. They made a number of fourth down stops that won them a football game. They're going to try to run the ball. They've got the 2 running backs in Juwan Washington and then Jordan Bird from Manzano High School. And I think they're a lot better, obviously, defensively. They've given up 20 points in 2 weeks than many teams. So that's a Rocky Long team. I know you've looked at them on tape. That's a pretty good football team coming in.
No question, and always a great defensive football team. When you go back to last year and look at them, I don't think they gave up 30 points in a game all the way until their bowl game against Ohio University, and that's quite an accomplishment. And you're right, they stuffed UCLA, particularly on third down. UCLA couldn't get a first down. They couldn't convert a third down. So we got our work cut out for us on that side of the ball. They'll play very physical on the offensive side. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to throw play-action passes, and that's who they are. And what we can't do is just give them the game, Jeff. We just can't give them the turnovers that gives their offense a short field. And we got to make them see if they can drive the ball 80 yards.
Anything to a home opener after those 2 games, just to get home, play in front of your fans? I got to believe there's something emotional to that.
Oh man, and there's no question. It's going to be so nice to be here and not have to travel and have our own fans here and play in their own stadium and those type of things. So, yeah, it's like our season just starts this Saturday.
Now, Doug, when you look at a team like San Diego State, it's about execution. Cause I don't know if they're going to throw many surprises at you, but when you have a team like the Aztecs that it's going to be won or lost at the line of scrimmage, how do you prepare your guys for a game like that?
Well, what we've got to do is don't beat ourselves again. We've got to take care of the football on offense. We've got to be able to stop the run on defense, and then we've got to be able to create explosion plays. I don't know that you're going to be able to. When you look at teams that have been successful against San Diego State's defense, it's not teams that are, just pounding them and driving the ball 80 yards and, 3 yards in a cloud of dust stuff. It's people that are able to create huge explosion plays to help get you down the field. So we need some run after the catch from our wide receivers. We need to pop some big runs from our running backs and see if we can just out-execute them.
You mentioned the heart. That's something that has impressed you about this team. And when you get to the second half against Washington State, Alabama, have the players been on each other, keeping themselves up, finishing strong in that aspect? Did you like what you saw from your team?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I would not question our guys' heart and character at all. We've got, I love our football team. They're fun to coach. They want to be coached. They want to be challenged. They're challenging themselves. So, that part of things is not a problem. We just need to get into, these Group of 5 games and see how we stack up.
That all said, when you look in their eyes now, what do you see after 2 lopsided losses against 2 ranked teams on the road in those places? Do you see a team that wants to start over? Do you see a team that's kind of shell-shocked a little? What do you see?
I'd see a team that's hungry to play, and I think they've seen enough good things, and they've seen individually they've done enough things where they're still a confident football team. I just think they're anxious to go out and see what they can do against a Group of 5 team.
What's the biggest difference when you saw these teams these last 2 weeks? Is it speed? Is it size? Is it depth? Is it all of that? What's the biggest difference between them and you?
Well, the two we played, Washington State and Alabama, are totally different. I would tell you that Alabama physically is a much better-looking football team than Washington State in terms of size and speed. That's as close to an NFL football team as I've ever been on the field against. And I've never been on the field against a team that looks like Alabama. I can tell you that. And they have 3 deep. I mean, they've got plenty of players that look just like that. So there's no fall off when they put the second or third team in. Washington State's not quite at that level, although they do have tremendous team speed. They don't play as physical and have that power that Alabama has.
How was the atmosphere? It was an experience for these guys. I mean, they get to play in one of the most storied places, certainly in the last 2 decades in college football. Did they get to? I mean, aside from the play, aside from that, Miss Lincoln, how was the play, right? But did they get to take something from the atmosphere?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, it was 98,000 people in there. It was packed. The tailgating was, electric outside. I mean, it was everything you would think an Alabama, atmosphere would be. And again, it was a great experience for our guys to see what that level of player and team looks like and how they execute and how they do things.
Doug, for the players, just an individual player, how do you take these previous 2 games, these experiences, and become a better football player?
Yeah, what I told our guys is, before the Alabama game is, what do you want to put on film this Saturday? What do you want? When people turn this Alabama film on and they watch you as an individual, what do you want them to see about you? And that was the challenge, and I think our guys accepted that and went out and played hard. I mean, we really did. We hit them hard. We played physical. We didn't back down from anybody. Now, again, we got overpowered and we got overmatched in some areas, but we didn't lack effort. We didn't lack attitude. And so if you can do that, then, you're going to become a better football team. And I think we did become a little bit better, in terms of playing physical and doing some things like that Saturday.
Have you coached against Rocky Long before?
You know what? We played them, I think, in 2013 here, maybe my first year as the head coach.
Right. I guess that's right.
But that would be it. I know Rocky a little bit, have all the respect in the world for him, what he's done at both places, at UNM and San Diego State. And I know he's a class guy, and just really appreciate him.
Yeah, but they'll bring some New Mexico kids onto the field as well, so it'll be fun. All right, go get it started. In looking forward to seeing you down there this weekend. Appreciate, as always, you spending a little bit of time with us.
Okay, guys. Take care. We'll see you Saturday.
Thanks, Doug. He is Doug Martin, the head football coach at New Mexico State. Workman's Compensation has its own court. So if you've been hurt at work, you need a lawyer who specializes in workman's compensation. That's the Fogel Law Firm. Go to FOGELLawfirm.com, proud sponsor of the Conversation with the Coach here on the Sports Animal. All right, you can respond to that if you would like when we come back. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
Play. He relatively healthy. Roy Lopez seems to be the only injury. Doug Martin was just with us, the New Mexico State coach. Their season starts now, right?
Yes.
They got San Diego State, New Mexico, Fresno State the next 3 weeks. Right? San Diego State, New Mexico, Fresno State.
Doesn't get easier, but
it does get a little easier.
Slightly, right?
Yes. It's games.
It doesn't get easy. How about that? It doesn't get easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
But there's games that they're gonna walk in that field and say, we can win this one.
Well, look,
you can have that in your mind, and those players, they strapped it up against Wazoo and Bama. They came in ready, but everyone knew in the back of their mind how that was going to end.
Yeah, look, Alabama's a different animal. San Diego State's a good program. San Diego State beat UCLA. San Diego State's 5-1 in their last 6 games against Pac-12 teams. I mean, San Diego State's a nice program. They're not UCLA, or they're not Alabama. But they're really, really good, and they're big, and they're physical. Now, I've told you this, and I will stand by this. I think this game's going to be within the number.
Trap game.
I think it's a total trap game for San Diego State. I think Rocky's got to convince his guys. And I think Weber State was for them, too. That's San Diego State historically. When they're sandwiched with big games around a game like this, last week was UCLA, next week's Utah State, they tend to not play well. They tend to get beat or barely win like they did against Weber State. I told you last year, called the scenario. They played Stanford and Arizona State, and in between they played Eastern Michigan. What I tell you, they may get beat this week. They go overtime to beat Eastern Michigan by 3. Eastern Michigan wasn't very good. So this is a game where, historically for San Diego State, it's a trap game. Now, New Mexico State's going to have to play really well to beat San Diego State. San Diego State is a good, solid, and they're stout. You guys, like, I was on the field at the Rose Bowl on Saturday, and physically they were as big well, they might not be a bit as big, but they were as bad as UCLA. Now you're going to tell me UCLA is a bad team, and you might be right. But UCLA is a Pac-12 offensive and defensive line. And San Diego State absolutely controlled the line of scrimmage, hence controlling the ball 18 minutes more time of possession. So that's what San Diego State is coming in. Can the Aggies play with them? Absolutely the Aggies can play with them. Absolutely the Aggies can play with them.
So do we want the Aggies to maybe win it? Lobos perform well at Notre Dame, and then we get a combination of...
Who's we?
Huh?
Who's we? You and me?
Like us. I mean, I'm just kind of looking ahead as far as the scenarios to kind of help that game here on the 21st
Well, sure.
be a little bit
Ideally,
more...
for that game, New Mexico State wins.
Be a little bit more pumped, get a little bit more excitement, more people in the stands.
Yeah, I think ideally New Mexico State wins. The Lobos play well at Notre Dame, and we come in and we have the rivalry game. Yeah, that would be the ideal scenario.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
You think it goes the other way? You think San Diego State blows them out? I don't think San Diego State blows anybody out.
It blows them out. I do think, and I didn't ask the question the way I wanted to Doug Martin, because it was more of, they're not going to fool you with trickeration. Like, they're not going to drop formations on you that haven't seen.
Yeah.
So my thing was more, how do you handle the play action passes when your team's going to be focused on being physical, stopping the run, and then they'll hit you with that rollout or with that play action look, because it is documented at every level of football that gets defenders to freeze for just a second, just a play action. It works no matter what. You don't even have to establish a run. It's just an action that gets defenders thinking. And that's what I needed to present better to Doug Martin is, teaching your kids in a game like this where they're not going to be necessarily surprised about anything they see, but then how do you react to a team that's going to run the football and play action? They're not going to spread you out. They're not going to tempo. This is what you
Nope, they're going to use that tight end. They're going to do play action and go to the weak side, right? They're going to run everything to the right and then roll the quarterback to the weak side and find the tight end dragging across. I mean, it's their favorite play. And they do it very, very well. So, it's interesting. And you got a good home opener and hopefully they get a nice crowd down there. I don't know where they are on tickets, but hopefully they get a nice crowd down there. 246-0610 if you want to come in. 888-922-0610. Your emails, jeff@610knml.com. JJ@610knml.com. If you prefer, we can talk about the Raiders' 24-16 win over the Broncos last night. Josh Jacobs, the rookie from Alabama.
Good, man.
2 touchdowns, over 100 yards from scrimmage in his first game.
The first running back off the board. True bell cow back, 23 carries. And Washington and Jalen Richard just 3 carries apiece after that. So they're committed to him as a 3-down back. I thought he looked really good in the fourth quarter. But early on, it was Derek Carr settling in. The Broncos secondary wasn't really good, on top of them not creating pressure either. So that all factors
It's just an amazing thing to forget. Not touch the quarterback. Didn't hit him.
And that's my thing with the Broncos, is you can tell me all you want about the veteran quarterback Joe Flacco is, and he's going to be a stabling influence. What's different about this team? How are they going to be better than 5-11, 6-10 the last 2 years?
I don't know. Yeah, I not what I saw yesterday. Who's going to end up being their running back? Is Philip Lindsay make it?
I think Lindsay and Freeman, that's what we're going to see all year.
So hold on to Freeman? Is what you're telling me?
Yeah. You're going to see Lindsay 12 carries, Freeman 11, maybe one game it's Freeman 14, Lindsay 11, but it's going to be running back by committee. Those two are going to share the workload all season long because that's what they have to do. They have to establish the run.
So
are they going to step out of the box and try to attack downfield early? That play calling in the first 2 quarters was terrible.
And to not try to get the ball to Cortland Sutton, who I think is a playmaker. Don't you?
Their receivers are fine. But the problem with Joe Flacco, and you can say this about quarterbacks, you give them time, they're going to be good. Look at Derek Carr last night. But this team, the last 4 seasons, has struggled in the offensive line. It's Flex Seal on the Titanic. That's all John Elway has been trying to do with this team. He thinks, hey, we won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning playing defense. We're going to do that again. We're going to get the veteran guy. No, look at the numbers. The defense was great, and that's taking a step back, and the offense has done nothing to improve.
No, I agree with you. They got Joe Flacco instead of Case Keenum.
This is the last 2 years defensively, the Broncos were 22nd in points, 3rd in yards. In their 5-11 season, they were still really good. Last year, 13th in points given up, 22nd in yards. That's going to happen. Your defense is going to regress when you have something that's great. Offensively, the last 3 seasons, points per game in the NFL, 22nd, 27th, 24th. But you're telling me all you need to do is manage the game and establish a run. Okay.
It's not going to work, is it?
Yeah.
And by the way, you're not establishing the run.
Yeah.
By the way, you're not when did they establish the run?
Joe Flacco doesn't scare anybody. And that's the thing is, if you're not going to try to attack early, if you're not going to push the football downfield, you're not going to win at a high level in this league anymore. You're not.
Was that good Raiders or bad Broncos?
I credit the Raiders for what they did on both sides of the football. And it was, to me, the same old Broncos, a team that's going to feel good if they go 8-8, but everyone thinks they're going to be that much better because the defense is still living off that Super Bowl somehow. The reputation this team has, the way John Elway looks at this team.
I think it was good Raiders too. I thought they were. I mean, the fact that they were able to keep their quarterback clean, Fangio and his defensive
break,
and those pass rushing studs, and nobody touched Derek Carr.
Long break.
Got 2 tickets to give away to go see Rob Thomas. Where is it?
It's at the Route 66 Casino
and
this Friday. Correct.
2 tickets right now. 505-246-0610 is the number. If you are caller number
6,
you'll win those tickets. Courtesy of your good friend Hoser.
Oh, yeah.
At 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters! It's like it never happened!
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
Increase productivity by 20%. Imagine that. So for a more productive working environment for your employees, visit aosabq.com or call 345-2824. That's aosabq.com or 345-2824. Albuquerque Office Systems. Do your part. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
You've been hurt at work and you're having a tough time recovering. Did you know medical marijuana might be an option? In New Mexico, workers' compensation has its own court, and you need a lawyer that specializes in workers' comp. That's Fogel Law Firm. They'll work with your insurance company to get you what you're entitled to under the law. Personal injury lawyers don't have expertise for workers' comp claims. Call the experts for a free consultation at the Fogel Law Firm, 255-9092 or FOGEL-lawfirm.com.
Join the best loyalty club in golf, Sandia Golf Club's Champions Club, where you earn free golf and unlock the best rate possible at one of our state's most beautiful courses. The unprecedented Sandia Golf Club. Stop by, visit sandiagolf.com or call 798-3990 today.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is introducing free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For a limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 3131. That's promo code 3131 at Vistaprint.com. Own the now.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish.
Last about 30 seconds.
Because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days. It's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
Guys, I got to tell you, this is probably one of the best parts of my day when I'm driving along and Trujillo says something that makes me laugh. Because you guys make me laugh all the time. So I appreciate it.
Weekdays at 3, The Sports Animal. Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Yeah, we all knew Will Lutz would make that 58-yarder. Did you? Yeah. Career long, Will Lutz. Yeah,
had
about
a chance.
what?
Had a chance.
3-4 more yards on that, do you think?
Easy. Now, could he do that outdoors, though?
Does it matter?
I think so. Yeah.
It really didn't matter last night. He was indoors last night, and that's where the game was.
It doesn't matter.
Really doesn't matter.
Outdoors doesn't matter.
You're
the win.
Not when you play half of your games at home and you set yourself up to play at home in the playoffs like they've been.
Playoffs.
So it would matter if it was in
No, if
Denver.
he was having to do that kick outside,
could
I
he
think
done
it
it?
would have affected. Yeah.
Like Brandon
Might have been
McManus with the
close.
64-yarder off the dirt at the end of the half. He came up, about 3 yards short? If that was in a dome, what do you kick?
What if you had to do it bare feet?
Oh, what if you had to do it bare feet?
That would have stung.
There was a couple kickers who used to kick bare feet.
What if someone actually turned on the air conditioning right as he kicked?
Oh.
What if?
Mind blown.
What if? Bottom line is,
That's a
he-
dying
What if
breed,
Deshaun
the,
Watson had to throw that touchdown pass outside? Then it's not as good.
What if Deshaun Watson would have thrown it later, burned a little time off the clock? What's he doing going down the field in 2 plays?
Yeah.
How about that?
Man, he was so good.
He was so good.
fantastic last night.
He goes bang, bang. They're down the field in 2 plays. You're like, whoa. And tell me you didn't think, well, there's 32 seconds left for Drew Brees.
Especially when it's just field goal range.
Yes. Indoors?
Definitely could have played it better at the end if you're the Houston Texans.
I would have.
So, 50-yard field goal.
Give me your list
thumbs
of
up, Will Lutz.
Give me your list of guys that when you leave 30 seconds, you're thinking they can pull this one out.
Tommy, Breeze, Ben,
Raja, put him in there.
Rodgers. I'm sometimes Phillip Rivers maybe. You put Rivers on there. I guess Deshaun Watson after last night.
Deshaun Watson.
After last night. Yeah, I'm not sure. I throw how long you want the list to be. I mean, do you throw Russell Wilson on him? I'd have those other
just
guys
current
before
players,
Russell
I
Wilson.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so it'd be Tommy and Drew and Ben, maybe Rivers, and Aaron Rodgers. All right, there's my guys. Although Deshaun Watson last night, boy, you know who's really good, by the way, is DeAndre Hopkins.
Oof. He had some drops, but
Early.
some of those were tough situations, like diving catches, contact, which you got to play through. But I think he might have the best hands in the league.
They're gigantic too. But he's got great hands. Him and Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, a great receiver. Watched him last night. He just gets them in quantity, just in bunches.
And I love the play design, what the Saints did, especially once they got Alvin Kamara going underneath in the passing game, and then it opens everything else up. Ted Ginn got himself over 100 yards. He had just the one boneheaded play. It was the interception in the red zone where you're just kind of, where's Drew going with that football?
What did you think of Latavius Murray in that offense in the place of Mark Ingram?
I think he's going to be fine.
I do too.
I think Mark Ingram is a better running back, but in that role, he's going to fill it nicely.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think in that role, not having to carry the load, I absolutely agree with you. That works for him. Yes. Yeah. All right, 246-0610. That's the Quan's Auto Care hotline, 888-922-0610. Emails come in this morning, Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. If you want to respond to what Doug Martin had to say, you can certainly do that. New Mexico State opens up their home schedule on Saturday down at Aggie Memorial Stadium. Rocky Long and San Diego State will be in town. Lobos will be on the road in South Bend. They will play Notre Dame. They are Notre Dame is a 8th-ranked team in the country and 38.5-point favorite. Bob Davies is going to speak today. You headed out to luncheon today? But it's going to be sold out today. You guys going? You need your badge?
No, I can't go, but yeah, I would go.
You would or you can't or what?
I can't go.
Why?
Because I got to be at work.
Oh, you got work. Yeah. I'll go, I think. And it'll be interesting. And we'll have some of that, obviously, for you tomorrow. And I'm sure they'll have it on the Sports Bar this afternoon so you can listen to Mike and Michael coming up at 3 o'clock. They'll have that for you, but it'll be interesting to hear what Bob has to say, just to see him, right? After everything went down. Look, however you feel about him as a coach, I mean, nobody's wishing ill will on the man. And I'm glad that he's back in the building and back at it a little bit. And honestly, I'm glad for him that somebody convinced him, hey, you don't need to be going to South Bend. As much as he wants to go, I'm bummed for him to not have this opportunity. But what do we always say? Sometimes, people have to protect us from ourselves.
Absolutely, and especially athletes at times and coaches, because coaches are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. In a good way, kind of.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, kind of.
Depends if you're Matt Patricia and you're like, I haven't slept since the game on Sunday. You're
How
like,
about-
you should probably get some sleep because then you're affecting yourself and your football.
If I'm him, though, I'm finding it hard to sleep, too. How they did not win that game. They like, of all the week one collapses.
You're telling me Pencilman might be overrated? That might be more being on the New England Patriots than Matt Patricia, actually.
I don't know
knowing what he's doing.
I don't know if he's overrated or not. I don't know if it's all on him, but certainly partially on him.
It was on whoever called that timeout.
It was the offensive coordinator. By the way, they shouldn't have given him the timeout.
That
You can't call a timeout from the sideline. Like the referee should not. Another screw up. There's your screw up. You want a referee screw up?
Stafford was
Pissed,
hot.
and he should have been.
He's like, trust me.
So
trust
you didn't
me.
see this. The third down and short, 4 yards to go, and the Lions just need a first down to stop the game away. And they run a play and they get the first down. But there's a shot of the offensive coordinator calling a timeout. Well, first of all, do you have to be on the field? I watched Sean Payton call a timeout yesterday. They were telling me yesterday that I guess it's only the head coach or a player, right? It can't be a coordinator.
I think what is different is Matt Patricia's hurt. And so he was further back on the sideline.
So they let the offensive coordinator call the timeout?
So that could be something they discussed before the game because Patricia wasn't going up and down the sideline. He was trying to avoid having to move because I think he has like a leg injury.
Yeah, that was a weird one. And to your point, Matthew Stafford screaming, trust me, trust me. There's a guy that's going to have a really good career and have nothing to show for it, except for a lot of money.
Well, then he almost had that terrible moment, which lost the game, which is seconds left in overtime, and the Cardinals dropped the interception.
They should have won that game. I mean, they should have won that game. All right, want to hear from you, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. I want to tell you about Kirtland Federal Credit Union, because Kirtland Federal Credit Union has been here in our community for over 60 years. You may know them as great supporters of the military, and they are. But Kirtland Federal Credit Union is more than military, too. Kirtland knows Albuquerque. With 3 branches and a dedicated home loan center in the heart of Albuquerque, they're your neighbors. Kirtland Federal Credit Union understands where you're from, and they will get you where you want to go. Banking, loans, credit cards, mortgages, every bank and credit union has them. It's the experience that sets Kirtland Federal Credit Union apart. You aren't a transaction, you're a neighbor, and that's something special. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is strong, stable, and a credit union you want to rely on. They are federally insured by the NCUA, and you can trust them with your everyday banking and loans as well as credit needs. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is Albuquerque. They love green chili, they love early morning balloon flights, and they love Albuquerque just like you do. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they're more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal housing lender.
Sports Animal Time is now 8:41. Here's your final look at Tuesday's commute. Let's see how we're going to end this. Well, we have a report of a northbound I-25 crash near Sunport Boulevard again. There's also an eastbound I-40 crash near Coors that is blocking the right lane. And the latest to come across the wire here is an accident on the ramp from westbound I-40 to northbound I-25. That is blocking multiple lanes. If you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Florida may be the Sunshine State, but it's downright gloomy when it comes to NFL football these days. Earlier, I commented on how wretched Tampa Bay looked in a sloppy loss to San Francisco. High hopes in Jacksonville were dashed when new quarterback Nick Foles suffered a broken clavicle and was placed on IR. And everything is going south in Miami these days. Dolphins rookie head coach Brian Flores hoped to bring along some of the magic from his apprenticeship to Bill Belichick in Foxborough. After Sunday's 59-10 beatdown from Baltimore, Flores was forced to deal with reports his veterans want off the sinking, or should I say tanking ship. Flores can ill afford such distractions with Belichick, Brady, and one Antonio Brown up next. Too bad there's no mercy rule in the NFL. Brian Flores could have used it. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. I've got great news. Mortgage interest rates have dropped. So if you're thinking about buying a home, right now is the time to lock that low rate, even before you find the home of your dreams. With our exclusive Rate Shield approval, the low rate you lock today is protected for up to 90 days while you shop for your new home. With a Rate Shield approval, if rates go up, your low rate stays locked. But if rates go down, you get that new, even lower rate. Either way, you win. Talk to us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to take advantage. Here's another great reason to work with us. For a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Again, to lock in today's low mortgage interest rate and get the security of our exclusive Rate Shield approval, call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10. The Sports Animal.
Rocky Mountain Stone has been rocking New Mexico for over 55 years, and we would love to help you find that perfect stone for your new countertops. Stop by our showroom along I-25 or visit rmstone.com for more information.
Rocky Mountain Stone. Guys, if you could feel better, wouldn't you? The better question is, if you could feel better, why would you not? Of course you would, and you can with NuMale. It's Jeff Symbieta. NuMale has helped guys all over the country. Guys who are lacking energy, dealing with hair loss, low T, and erectile dysfunction. All things that are natural as men reach a certain age is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you don't do anything about it. Call NuMale at 652-1688 and feel better. NuMale offers cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments, which have benefited guys everywhere. Guys like you who are done feeling fatigued, done feeling a lack of energy, done dealing with erectile dysfunction. Call NuMale. 652-1688. NuMale is right here in Albuquerque and has a tremendous success rate. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, depression, tired of being tired, and just want to feel better, NuMale is for you. Call NuMale at 652-1688, 652-1688, and feel better.
Ta-da! What are you wearing? It's not even Halloween yet. It's my Super Guy costume to help us hunt out super value tag. Okay. Look, I know we always get the best price at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center, but super values are special, and I wanted to celebrate them the right way. Okay, well, you know they have them every day. Don't be a buzzkill. All around the store, there are items with special blue super value signs. I know. They negotiate exclusive discounts with their vendors in order to get you the lowest price available. Right, but did you know they shop the competition, including the internet, to make sure that their super value price is the absolute best price, and they don't mark it up to mark it down. But if you do find a better price on the same item, they will match it. That's the spirit. I got a matching costume if you want. No, I'm good. There's no need to shop around, and there's no need to wait for a sale. Look for the blue super value tags and save every day. Super! Let's go to American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center, I-25 in Comanche.
Welcome back to Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery Trivia. Now to the next question. Susan and Tom just ordered a party-sized bag of candy, a piñata, and a karaoke machine for their kid's 8th birthday party, all using Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery. Assuming there are 10 rambunctious kids at the party, what else will she need to order in one day? Adam.
Aspirin?
Correct. Introducing one-day delivery from Amazon Prime. Order from millions of items. Tranquility delivered.
At AutoZone, we're all about giving you more ways to get more done. Like our free battery testing. If you're having trouble starting your car, come to AutoZone. We'll test your battery for free so you can figure out the problem from the get-go, which means no waste of money on parts you don't need. Wipers starting to squeak? It's probably time for a change. AutoZone has the wiper selection you need to start seeing the road the way you want. Let us help you at more than 5,600 locations nationwide. Restrictions and details in store.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome back to Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery Trivia.
Now to the next question. Susan and Tom just ordered a party-sized bag of candy, a piñata, and a karaoke machine for their kid's 8th birthday party, all using Amazon Prime one-day delivery. Assuming there are 10 rambunctious kids at the party, what else will she need to order in one day? Adam.
Aspirin?
Correct. Introducing one-day delivery from Amazon Prime. Order from millions of items. Tranquility delivered.
My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge. And I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days. It's really that easy.
Last Bob 30.
Removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more.
Can you see the names now?
Never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge?
We might have to do that every day, though, as far as the settings, for now.
Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We're saying there's a chance Tiger is going to be competitive. Well, he competed last year. He won his major this year. Did Father Time actually catch up with Tiger from April at Augusta to now?
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal. Albuquerque's Lobo Station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Right, we're on TV now.
Yeah, rock out, baby.
I know, dude. All right, it's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, Alden, all y'all.
Oh, y'all.
Got two lines open at 246-0610. Let's go to it. Chris, you're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good day, sir. Chris.
Yeah, as a Lions fan, that was a tough game to watch. Really, it was more than just the coaching on that one play. To be honest, it was really dumb, and in my opinion, Stafford doesn't have that problem historically where he allows the clock to go down. They should have let him play the play, and so that was a big judgment error.
Yep.
But also, when they got up by 15, they basically took the foot off the pedal. And if you watch, look at New England, and Patricia's from New England, so he should know better. Did you see New England take the foot off the pedal?
Not once.
Against Pittsburgh?
Nope, didn't see that.
That would be, heck no, they didn't do that.
No, sorry,
in the
heck
NFL,
no.
15 points is nothing. I mean, let's be honest. With the offenses that are out there, you just can't do that. I think Stafford had a really good game. The one pass where he, would have ended the game, but it was 30 seconds left. You're throwing desperate. Of course, you're going to have passes like that. But remember, Stafford almost won the game too on that drive where they ended up in overtime, where he threw it was a beautiful pass under pressure, and it was just a great defensive play. The guy, he knocks the ball out of the receiver's hand, and that would have won the game too. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, they asked Patricia, do you trust Stafford? He goes, yeah, I trust him 1,000%. But does Stafford trust him?
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
That's the question, because that's a two-way street. You have to allow your players, star players, to make plays, and in that case, they didn't do it. That was a big mistake, and it basically cost them the game, because my son was at the game. He says it might even have been a touchdown on that play, because there was nobody out there. They would have, maybe they get them down real deep, close to the end zone in the red zone, but he could have been a touchdown too. That's how good a play that was. So,
all right, Chris. Sorry. Well, you didn't lose. A tie's horrible when you had it won. But all what he said is right. What's up, Craig?
Good morning. Taco shirts rock.
Taco Tuesday.
Blue Dennis shirts rock. How come Josue he looks like he's pixelated like Japanese films that I like. I can't see his face.
Yeah, we're going to get
a mystery man. Mystery man.
SHOF.com. SHOF.com. You're getting ready for that soul-killing 9 o'clock meeting. Go to that website. Vote for Jeff Symbieta. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame while he's alive. Come on. Let's do this, Albuquerque.
Don't die on us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Am I dying?
I hope not.
I mean,
Well, unfortunately, we see that happen a lot. Someone passes away. They're like, oh,
What's the website?
Let's put them in now.
Mexico's NMSHOF? NMSHOF? Yeah, you can go vote for me. Did you vote for me yet? Did you really? I got to vote for me.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
I got to go
Passed
vote
the
for me.
information
Thank you.
Along on our Facebook
Thank
page
you.
as well.
Right, I'll go vote for me too. Should I put it up with all my bros from this weekend?
Yes.
I should, huh?
They owe you.
After, well, I so like I had to speak to them this weekend. What's up, bros?
Vote for me, eh?
Well, I'm not good at that. But all right. Do you feel bad for the Dolphins?
No.
They're players. They got a job, right? Is Terrell Hanks on that team?
Yes.
He is.
Terrell Hanks, Jaleel Scott. Both.
They're both on that team? 2 Aggies on that team?
Well, Jaleel Scott's on the Ravens, but they were
in that game.
They had a nice post-game picture.
Oh, all right. I'm down with that. I'm glad Terrell made that roster, by the way. Really glad he made that roster. What was the score? It was like 59 to
10.
God bless him. 59 to 10. Jaleel in that game did not have a catch. Everybody in the world had a catch. How do you not have one? Well, he played. He's getting paid, right?
That's right.
And then for Miami, I don't see a lot of Terrell Hanks either. That's right. They're there. They took a picture.
They're on the roster.
They're on the roster and they're getting paid. All right. They're there and they're getting paid and they were on the roster. All right. Next hour, we're going to get into a little more NFL stuff. What do we got this week on United? We got a game this weekend, a home match, right?
Got Devin Sandoval tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Devin Sandoval tomorrow at 8 a.m. after his big
a brace on Sunday.
2 goals on Sunday. What are your thoughts on the NFL over the weekend? Now that week 1's in the books, what do you think you know? What do you think you know? Anything? Because a week from now, we're all going to be going, oh, yeah, remember when we thought that a week ago? That's how that's going to work.
It changed.
Totally changed. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, the Golden Hoster, and Alden. Anybody else? Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting.
Flacco, it's second and goal, and he tosses one in the corner. It's a spinning catch in the corner of the end zone by Sanders, and a touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown pass by Joe Flacco. Make it a 1-yard throw, and the Broncos put 6 on the board with 2:15 to go, and come to within a 9-point reach of Oakland.
9 points.
Joe Flacco.
The highlight was a reach.
Joe TD Super Bowl
9-point game.
Flacco.
Yeah!
Took me 2 hours to find that.
Did it? Joe Flacco. It's the Broncos' only touchdown yesterday.
2 yards,
they
baby.
lose on Monday Night Football in Oakland, 24-16 to the Raiders. The Raiders. It's the first game for the Raiders after Antonio Brown left. It was the first game for the Broncos with Skinny Joe as their new quarterback, and it goes the way of the silver and black. And it wasn't really even that close. It was fairly dominant. I thought the Raiders looked really, really good after a tumultuous camp that was all spearheaded, the tumult was, by Antonio Brown and his feet and his helmet and his social media and his whining. And he got what he wanted. And he just ripped that team apart. But he didn't, because they came out and won game 1. It's the opening drive. Jeff JJ and Hoser along with Alden, 2460610. And take aside that it was your team on the other side.
It would surprise you, and a lot of people. I'm not as emotionally invested as I was growing up in the Broncos. I just am speaking honestly about it, and people think it's just like bitterness.
It kind of is.
Really? The stats I've told you about that offense, what am I bitter? What have I been wrong about?
No, nothing. I'm just saying it's still bitter. I mean, the stats are the stats, but you're still not happy
bitter
about it.
If I'm just honestly speaking about a team.
No,
I can't help you here.
I guess I don't know.
Bitter's
what kind
not
of tone.
the right word. No, bitter. He's bummed.
Angry?
He's bummed. He's
Yeah.
bummed.
But he's been bummed for years, and he's frustrated. The
So
fact that
I'm not going
Elway
to get
hasn't
on the
done
radio
anything.
and just play glass half full Bronco fan, like, oh, and the Lobos are winning at Notre Dame, and Joe Flacco's a Super Bowl champion.
You
Like,
called the Raiders winning at Notre Dame?
no, the Lobos.
Put that in a promo. JJ just said the Lobos are winning. What did you just say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be that guy just to do it.
I don't blame you. You see reality and you see reality. Look, we've all been fans of a football team that's been bad for a period of time. Your team, unfortunately, isn't so bad that they can just bring this thing to its knees and rebuild it. Your team's been in this post-championship purgatory where they're still living on this defense that won them a Super Bowl championship 4 years ago. Is that what it was?
2015.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And going through quarterbacks that aren't good. Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler, Case Keenum, Skinny Joe. I would argue with you, after watching Case Keenum last weekend, you might have been better off keeping Case Keenum. You disagree?
No, that offense last night looked the exact same. If you're not going to take chances early, what's the point?
Well, I know you're super focused on the early part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the whole picture. They didn't take chances all night. The first three quarters, anyway.
Yeah, that's because you start the game with a tight end jet
sweep.
a screen, and then Joe Flacco's feeling pressure, so he dumps the football off.
Yep, tight end jet sweep.
I kind of set the tone for that offense for three quarters.
Yeah, tight end jet sweep. No, that's all right. All right, Bronco fan, come on in.
But they got Joe Flacco, and they're going to the Super Bowl, Hoser.
There
They're
you
gonna
go.
win
That's
Super
a lot
Bowl.
better.
Oh,
Glad
you
to
like
hear
that better? You like optimistic Bronco
No, I
fan?
just like to get under his skin, you know.
She's good at it.
The other one last night was a classic. Like, if that game was a playoff game, you'd be talking about it forever. The Saints, who got hosed at the end of the first half, again at home, got just abused by the officials. Horrible call, probably cost them 3 points. But we didn't know that till later. They kick a field goal up, go up by 6 inside of a minute. Give the ball back to Deshaun Watson and the Texans. 2 plays, 75 yards later, the Texans are in the end zone. Bang, bang, they're in the end zone. The Superdome is silent. The Texans are going to win. There was 32 seconds left on the clock. They missed the extra point. So we're tied. Flag on the play. Roughing the kicker. What do you think of the running into the kicker, roughing the kicker penalty? I thought it was right. He ran into the kicker.
Yeah. Is there a time limit on that?
I don't know.
Like
the man was still standing there. It's not like the play
occurs because he
held his leg up.
No. He hit his.
He kicked it. He landed. He was watching, and then he fell.
He kicked the ball, and his right leg had already. I mean, this is how long after it was. Yeah. His right leg had come down and planted. His right leg was on the ground, and the dude ran into his right leg. He rolled into it on the ground.
Yeah, that's.
And they threw the flag. Well,
there's got to be a time limit on that.
The ball was still in the air. Play's not dead. So they gave him back half the distance of the goal. They got to kick it again. Ka'amini Fairbairn then kicked it through, and it was a 1-point lead, and Houston was going to win. But there were 32 seconds and 1 timeout on the clock for Drew Brees, who got down the field and put it in position for a 58-yard career-long field goal for Will Lutz, who missed a 56-yarder at the end of the first half, and came back and was dead solid perfect on the game winner. That game was classic. That game was a flat-out classic. Not like what we watched in Oakland last night.
Or on Thursday.
How do you feel about watching games on the with the baseball field, by the way? It's the last one we'll watch.
It's classic.
This is it.
Yeah.
There's 7 more.
Ever. No more, huh?
That's it. There's 7 more.
It feels so Raiders that they were the last team to still be playing in a baseball stadium and still have the infield dirt on the field as they're playing a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, it won't feel right when they're in their brand new, shiny, state-of-the-art stadium, will it? It won't feel like the Raiders.
Nope.
What do you like less, watching a game with baseball or watching a game on the blue?
The blue was nice in high def. It was nice
I
with
don't
the
like
green.
It.
You didn't like it?
No, I don't like it.
It wasn't.
No, I didn't see Friday night's game.
I watched.
I know they got new blue up there at Albertson Stadium in Boise.
They do have
There's new blue. I do not. I'm just so over the blue turf.
I guess I'm numb to the blue turf now. I get a kick out of seeing an NFL team play on that field when we hear so much about field conditions. and there's a giant hole in the field because we moved the goalpost in Canada, but it's like there's a baseball diamond on a football.
Tell me why they can lay down sod and have I almost said minor league, a USL soccer team play in the stadium in Albuquerque, but they can't put sod down for an NFL game in Oakland. Just asking, because I don't know the answer.
Maybe they feel it's better just to have the dirt than
to have the seams
up everywhere.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's probably right. Because it would be rough on the soccer, right? Would want them having to kick off the dirt. That'd be bad, right?
Well, does it? That's I think a really interesting question is how are each game affected? One where you have players planting and cutting on its surface versus like how does a ball play differently?
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
Like on dirt to grass, like.
Yeah. I honestly don't know the answer. I watched that. Yeah. I'm thinking, well, they do it here for USL, right? They can't put down temporary turf.
They don't have an award-winning
grounds crew?
Grounds crew, yes. That's what you need.
Okay.
Can't be everywhere.
Well, awards mean a lot, man.
No, they do.
You get your trophy?
It's the difference between...
Where'd you put your trophy?
Good. Me?
Yeah.
I put it... I think it's on the counter in the kitchen right now.
Do you go home and say, love, look what I got?
I told him. Well, I told him the story of how I messed up.
And you almost lost it?
Yes, almost. Had to give it back.
JJ's favorite line of the last 2 weeks that I said.
Yeah, that was pretty classic.
Timing,
that should be
man.
a promo.
Great.
All right, come on back.
Real quick, going back to the blue turf, you think maybe they ought to bring it out like on special occasions or something?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
you have it or you don't.
How do you bring it out on special occasions?
I don't know.
Like the Red Blazer?
Yeah,
it's
like
a blue turf game.
It's a blue turf game.
You're going to re-turf the entire field for one game a year.
Hey.
Why not?
Hey, why not? When you got that kind of money. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Potato money.
No, that's their whole thing, man. They're still about the blue. They are.
I liked it.
I hate it.
Okay.
I do. I'm just so over watching games on the blue. It's uncomfortable to me. I'm not a big fan. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Come on back. We'll get more into the Raiders and Saints. We got some college football to talk about as well. USA Today has a poll out. Is it USA Today? It is USA Today. Ranking all 130 Division I college football teams. Let you know where yours are. On the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. I have been on that station 25 years. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
Weekdays at 10, The Sports Animal.
Join the best loyalty club in golf, Sandia Golf Club's Champions Club, where you earn free golf and unlock the best rate possible at one of our state's most beautiful courses. The unprecedented Sandia Golf Club. Stop by, visit sandiagolf.com or call 798-3990 today.
When it comes to your health, what does delivering more mean? It means delivering more of the best and brightest, the state's only academic and research-based medical center. It means delivering more for families. It means adding technology, expanding services, making medical advancements, and reaching a higher level of care. Delivering more means access to New Mexico's only Level 1 trauma center, more area locations, and more personalized services. UNM Health. Delivering more.
What's your whiskey? Scotch or bourbon? Dark or light? Blended or single malt? Saturday, October 12th, come out to the second annual Whiskey Classic and taste more than 50 different whiskeys. Tickets include whiskey, spirits, wine and beer tastings, live entertainment, a delicious buffet, and free round-trip shuttles. The Whiskey Classic, Saturday, October 12th at the San Cristobal Movie Ranch. Visit whiskeyclassic.us for more details and tickets. Plus, learn about our VIP reception and exclusive 5-course whiskey pairing dinner at the Four Seasons Santa Fe.
Roto-Rooter jingle, take 1.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 2.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name. Take 17.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
And away go troubles
down the drain.
Let's try it like this.
Call Roto-Rooter. That's the name. And away go troubles down the drain.
Call Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs.
At Kirtland Federal Credit Union, we know it's not about the mortgage. It's about making a home for your family. It's about people. It's about heritage. At Kirtland Federal Credit Union, your loan is funded locally, right here in Albuquerque, and you'll never have to send a single mortgage payment out of state. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, we're more than military. We're for life. Start your journey. Apply today at kirtlandfcu.org.
Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Mortgage loans dependent on credit worthiness and other factors. Membership eligibility required. See a representative for details.
Bust out your Lederhosen and Dirndl. Marblefest is right around the corner. Marblefest is an Oktoberfest celebration that brings German and New Mexican culture together through music, cuisine, and of course, beer. On Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. till 2 at Marble Downtown, enjoy a very special VIP session with samples of German-inspired lagers, a commemorative tasting glass, complimentary food pairing, and live music. Then from 2 p.m. till 11 p.m., enjoy delicious German-inspired lagers, live music, awesome food, games, and more. Tickets are just $5 at the door at Marble Downtown.
Where sports and culture meet the weekend.
Local events,
concerts,
spectacles,
what's happening,
pulse of the city,
sports, and much more.
Hey guys, come join the conversation with Van and Fred every Saturday starting at 7 a.m.
ABQ Central, Saturdays from 7 a.m. till 9 on The Sports Animal.
You've been hurt at work and you're having a tough time recovering. Did you know medical marijuana might be an option? In New Mexico, workers' compensation has its own court, and you need a lawyer that specializes in workers' comp. That's Fogel Law Firm.
Last spot, here we go.
Insurance company to get you what you're entitled to under the law. Personal injury lawyers don't have expertise for workers' comp claims. Call the experts for a free consultation at the Fogel Law Firm, 255-9092 or FOGEL-lawfirm.com.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
I wish I was doing nothing and getting paid that kind of money. If it makes you feel any better, you're doing nothing and getting paid. It's just not that kind of money. You keep not trying, and one day maybe you'll get there.
Weekdays at 3, The Sports Animal. The Jim Rome Show. Up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, USA Today has got, I don't know what their criteria are, but the top 25 and then some. They rank all 130 FBS football programs. I'm not going through the whole damn list though. Just you don't have to worry
and
about
at 130,
yeah.
129,
and 119 Charlotte, and 120 Ball State. Jim, how you living?
You just gonna tease us like that with the list?
Well, otherwise you would been on hold, and so I just decided to take your phone call instead.
No, I appreciate the kind, loving, caring, and sharing nature of that thought. So I just want to comment further. I feel like Hosehead has really kind of found his stride in the last few weeks.
Just poking at JJ?
You're like, is he trying harder now that you're on TV? Now you're being simulcasted?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm just trying to be me, man.
Yeah, he's just figuring out who he is.
Did you catch that homemade whistle he worked in when you were talking about Lutz's bomb? Like, that was just organic.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. It was good.
He's working on it.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
All right.
Hey, so just as your beat reporter here, I just wanted to inform you guys that the Smurf Turf now on ESPN Gamecast and Bleacher Gamecast is now featured as Blue Turf when Boise plays a home game. It's kind of exciting.
Wait, say that again?
Little things. So when you go on your, of course, you may not have a smartphone yet, but let's just say it's JJ on his smartphone and he goes to track a game on ESPN.
Yeah.
And it's Boise at home. You know how they show you like the little like Nintendo-like feel of the ball moving? It's blue.
Like the Gamecast.
Oh, I know. I get it now. So when I flip open my phone, I'm kidding. Really, man?
Flip over your phone.
I think that's cute.
All right, so my vote for worst field is not dirt or blue. It's multi-use field. I almost had a seizure watching that Purdue at Nevada game with all those other lines on the field. Like, is that soccer, field hockey?
Yeah, Portland State does that. Yeah, there's very few FBS teams that still do that. Nevada's one of the few. Yes, I'm with you. All right, that's more to say. It's like watching a basketball game with all the volleyball lines on the court and everything.
Yeah. No, I got to see stuff, but I'm better now.
No, that's good. That's good. All right. That was very informative, kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Appreciate you.
Do what I can.
Enjoy your day. See you. That's kind of cool. So the Gamecast is blue. Right. That's good. See, it's cute.
To me, that's the winner.
It is.
A football field with other lining on it.
Yeah.
That is very distracting.
We're down.
Like, especially watching a soccer game on a football field, that's a visual disaster.
So that's one of the reasons when UNM got their field turf, what are we, 8 years in now? 9.
Wow.
And I really suggested that they just buy the turf and mark it. And I showed them how it can be done. And certainly it was a selfish thing for me with the bowl game, but you could have soccer games in there. Instead, they bought the permanently marked, right, with the red end zones and Lobo in the middle because they didn't want to. I said, I'll split the cost with you on repainting the lines and 2 or 3 times a year, whatever. But to your point, you play an international friendly in there, right? You've got the football field. There's a soccer field kind of on the outside of it. I can't agree with you more. All right, USA Today, their top 10 is Clemson, LSU ahead of Alabama. Ohio State, Georgia, Oklahoma, who plays at UCLA this week. Auburn at 7, Notre Dame at 8, Utah 9, and Michigan 10. The top Mountain West team, Boise State. What do you think USA Today has Boise State?
19.
21.
12.
12, wow.
12.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, 12. San Diego State, who will be at New Mexico State this weekend, comes in at 42 after their victory over UCLA at the Rose Bowl over the weekend. Mike Locksley and his mighty Terps, who score 1 million games, are up 57 spots this week. They are up 57 spots to number 34 in this poll. So New Mexico State, UTEP, where are they? Lobos come in. There's 130 teams on this list. Lobos come in at 121. UTEP at 127. New Mexico State at 128.
So what does that say about Locksley, now having this success there? Does it say something about here, the state, or just that was his first time and he didn't quite know la movida?
So let's give this thing time, and let's get a bigger sample size than 2, okay, before we decide what it says about him. I would tell you we all grow up. He was 40 then. He's 50 now, 50-something now. Has had a whole lot of life experience since then. I think,
but related to footballs?
Right. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean his son. He lost his son.
Okay.
I think that'll change your perspective in every way. Mike, at 40 years old, I don't think Mike was ready, and I think he might tell you that now, right? And I remember conversations I had. I like Mike. He was great on our show with us, right? Mike probably figured he could come out here and do it the way he's been doing it as an assistant, and maybe maturity-wise wasn't ready just to kind of completely make that shift to head coach. You get humbled a little bit by what happened here. You go and you work with Nick Saban, and you work with some of the places he's worked. You experience some of the life that he's experienced, and I think you grow up. You become more mature, and I also think he's probably very, very grateful to have another chance to be a head coach. And he's in his place in his area, and let's see. He's got a sample size of 2. He beat a Syracuse team and beat the dog out of them this weekend. That a lot of people really thought was going to be a surprise in the ACC. Again, I'm not willing to just let's not evaluate the whole thing after a sample size of 2, but I think Mike is probably a different coach than he was when he was here. I think Mike is probably, while he's Mike Locksley, he's probably a much more mature person and much more ready for this now than maybe he was 10 years ago when he was here. Is that fair?
Oh, it's absolutely fair, and I don't think there's any doubt to all of that he learned as a coach, he learned as a human being, because he had a lot of off-the-field issues here. And that's stuff that you don't think you're going to see, you don't expect to see moving forward. So it's a combination of growing as a coach, growing as a person, and you also look at the region. He's a comfortable Maryland, D.C. area, and Power 5 players.
And Power 5 players. Yeah, I mean, think of yourself 10 years ago to now. Are you more mature now? Are you ready for some of the things you take on now more so than you were 10 years ago?
So I guess my thought, recruiting those,
he
those
always
players,
could recruit.
But, I mean, it was hard to get him here, though, right?
He got some players here.
He got a few.
But, yeah, it's hard to, yes. So I always compared Mike's recruiting to Fran Fraschillas. When Fran came from Manhattan, right, he was at St. John's. When he came out here, He recruited a lot of
Yeah.
East Coast guys.
Right away. Yeah.
It's a different spot, man. And maybe they were players. I think Eric Chatfield's the one who made it, right? Through and did all his years of eligibility. But it's a different spot. It's a long way from home. There's not a lot of people who look like you, who think like you, and it's just a different world. And so as far as recruiting, he got some guys here, right? But keeping them here and keeping them going. I just, one day I look forward to talking to Mike about that. I do. But he recruited fairly well here, right? I mean, he got a lot of star players. I mean, if you just go by the stars, right?
Say a lot.
All right, a few.
Well, there's a defensive lineman once who never got
the one from Alabama who never
eligible.
played. So but yeah, they're putting up points. Who do they get this week? Because Maryland is just bottom line. They're just fun to watch. They're just they're enjoyable. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails can come in. Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. You can find us on the Twitter. We're on TV, by the way. You know that? We're on
What's up, ProView?
Yeah. We're on ProView Networks. Comcast Channel 26. And we're on all ProView Networks social media. That's the Facebook, the
YouTube,
and the Twitter, and of course the OD and the AM on the Facebook. All right, we'll continue the conversation when we come back, and we'd love your thoughts on it. We're giving away everything we need to give away, right?
We did, yes.
All right. Do I need a break here? You got a long one?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No, this is this is when it's actually not.
No, I always figure that's
So
what
keep
you-
going.
Hey, what did you think of Lynn Swan retiring yesterday, by the way? That surprised you at SC, the timing on that? Lynn Swan was the athletic director at the University of Southern California, USC. They win last weekend, and he resigns. Dude, why is my phone just blowing up?
Blowing up. Everyone wants to talk.
Dude, it's the same dude like sending me 82 texts.
I think it's even at power conferences you realize that's a difficult position to be in, athletic director.
They lost their quarterback. Everybody thinks Clay Helton's done, their head football coach, right? And Urban Meyer's going to be the guy. So you just hire an AD who's going to hire Urban Meyer? Is that what you do at SC? Honestly. And who doesn't think Urban Meyer's going to be the next coach at SC?
I didn't even thought of that.
Really?
Yeah.
He's sitting in L.A., he's doing
Catches
TV,
breath.
he's taking a year off.
Doing nice things on TV.
Yeah. Who doesn't
I
think?
over USC? Okay.
Oh, I absolutely believe they're going to pay him $10 million a year and be the head coach at USC. Which really is a bummer because I kind of like SC, and it's really hard to root for that guy.
I was amazed at all the negative comments about Olin, that he wasn't very, he was a good, wine and dine guy, take you out, and show you a good time. But as far as the administrative stuff, he was no winner.
Well, but why would anyone, again, look at his background. Why would
True,
you think
yeah.
he'd be good at administrative stuff? Like, big part of the AD job is wine and dine me. Go out, wine and dine, and raise money. Lynn Swan, Super Bowl hero, USC hero, followed Pat Hayden. Pat Hayden was another former Trojan, right? Now they're going to go a different way. I wonder which way they go now. Do they go with like a upcoming athletic director, like Texas did with Chris Del Conte, instead of a former Trojan athlete? They've had Mike Garrett, Pat Hayden, and Lynn Swan, all former USC greats. Hasn't really worked well.
It has not. No.
Yeah, so which way do they go? Hey, crime is brutal. You know that. You got to do everything to protect yourself. That's why I hired IPS to protect my house. You maybe see their vehicles around town. They got the initials IPS on them. Do you know who they are? International Protective Service, the security company I trust to watch my home when I'm not there. Police just simply don't have enough officers to respond quickly to all the home break-ins or all the alarms that go off. And what good's an alarm if nobody responds? IPS responds, typically within 5 to 7 minutes, maybe less, with trained, armed security personnel when alarms go off at homes which they monitor. Hundreds of home and business owners in Albuquerque and Santa Fe rely on IPS to protect their property. So if you've got a trip coming up, IPS will patrol your home while you're away. Move your trash cans to the curb and back. Give your home that lived-in look. Pick up the newspaper, the mail. Call them at 897-2420. 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. Those vehicles you see in your neighborhood, I mean, someone on your street refuses to be a victim of property crime. Don't wait until something bad happens. Let IPS secure what's valuable to you. Call them at 897-2420.
The Jim Rome Show.
The sports.
Tech for you. Just call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals for semi-annual savings.
Do you love football? Then get with the program and get down to Hooters to catch the game, crazy good wings, ice cold beer, and the best fans on the planet. You love wings. You love ice cold beer. And who doesn't love the world famous Hooters girls? All the games, all season. Hooters.
Catch all the games at Hooters and enjoy great specials like a draft beer and 10 boneless wings for only $10. Served up by the world-famous Hooters girls.
Ta-da!
What are you wearing? It's not even Halloween yet.
It's my Super Guy costume to help us hunt out Super Value Tag.
Okay.
Look, I know we always get the best price at American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center, but Super Values are special, and I wanted to celebrate them the right way.
Okay, well, you know they have them every day.
Don't be a buzzkill. All around the store, there are items with special blue Super Value signs.
I know. They negotiate exclusive discounts with their vendors in order to get you the lowest price available.
Right, but did you know they shop the competition, including the internet, to make sure that their Super Value price is the absolute best price, and they don't mark it up to mark it down.
But if you do find a better price on the same item, they will match it.
That's the spirit. I got a matching costume if you want.
No, I'm good. There's no need to shop around, and there's no need to wait for a sale. Look for the blue Super Value tags and save every day.
Super! Let's go to American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center, I-25 in Comanche.
Staples is more than a place you go to make copies.
It's where a conversation with an associate sparked the idea for my business card to double as a coupon. And it's where I go to reach potential customers with custom postcards.
Staples can help make your big ideas bigger ideas. And right now, when you make a select print and marketing services purchase, you receive 20% off your next order. Staples, for your business printing and beyond. In-store only, ends 11/9/19. Exclusions apply. See staples.com/print20 for details.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, statements coming at you.
Here we go, last spot.
Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Dan Patrick Show.
You know, hey, we don't want to offend Eli here, and it's not fair to Eli and everything he's given. You know, you're in this situation because you felt this way. Sports isn't a Hallmark greeting card. You got to be honest here.
Weekdays at 1, The Sports Animal. Catch the Sports Bar with Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Lobo Talk tomorrow, right here on the Sports Animal, 7 o'clock tomorrow. Where do they do Lobo Talk now?
Right here.
Right here in the studio here?
In your seat right
Sports Animal.
Robert Portnoy sits right here.
Yep. He's like, oh, man.
Saga Tua Taylor's going to sit right there. Do you guys do it on TV now? Why not on the Pro Viewer? I mean, you're already here. You might as well put... you probably got to deal with out front. They have the rights for that.
Working in the country.
Yeah. I got it. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, the Golden Hoster. Alden is in today. You in tomorrow? How many days you in? 1, 2, 3, amigos.
Just one.
Solamente today.
He's like...
Yeah, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Bleep you guys.
I'm good enough to give you one day, man.
I'm done with you clowns. Got up early.
He's out to ski. He's got a wedding this weekend.
Who does? You getting married?
You getting married?
His cousin is.
Oh, your
okay.
primo. Orale.
Oh, your primo. Orale. What's wrong with you? Hey, what do you make of this locker room air conditioning story between LSU and Texas? Supposedly Texas didn't have any air conditioning. and LSU's pissed.
Oh, wow.
Just LSU, just say scoreboard. They put your band in the nosebleed section. They turned off your AC. They tried to get under your skin. All you need to do is say scoreboard.
Yeah. And what?
In your house.
That's right.
Yeah. In your house.
That's it.
Chris Del Conte, who, by the way, I just told you about, said it was the first they've heard of any issues in that area. We provide one of the best visitor setups available and are proud of the efforts we put forth in hosting our guests.
Not surprising at all.
Our facility staff did not receive any complaints from either Louisiana Tech or LSU, and we've confirmed our air conditioning in the visiting locker room is in good working order.
Yeah, it works now. You go in there, turn it on, and be like, see, guys, look.
And then you cram a bunch of guys in there. Oof. A lot of body heat.
And it was
Saturday was conveniently unplugged.
And it was 95 degrees and humid at kickoff. Sounds like a good time. Edward, what's good?
Well, that was insanely entertaining and funny. How many days are you here? 1, 2, 3, mañana. That was funny. Good stuff there. Jeff, my understanding was you were in Los Angeles or Pasadena this week, and how was Hooters and the Cheesecake Factory?
I missed them, man. I didn't get to either one of them.
Well, you got to throw down the 1, 2, 3 mañana down there in the great city of Los Angeles. It's also my understanding your friends are listening.
Yeah, every once in a while, those guys are on freeways in Northern California, Southern California, and they listen to the show. Yeah.
Oh, my understanding also is the not the bat signal, but the Crusher signal came out yesterday and said, "Hey, ratings will go up if they actually put the Crusher in studio."
Yeah, that's I think you had the misunderstanding there. That all of a sudden now you don't understand stuff.
Okay.
Okay, no habla inglés or what?
There was an inflection point in our conversation.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, a few observations from the NFL weekend. I know, well, Hoser was already asking me for Super Bowl tickets between the Cowboys and the Patriots. I said, we're not going to just watch the game at the Mann house. We'll go down to South Florida where I have family.
Oh, wow.
I've been to the Super Bowl in South Florida. In the rain, I saw Peyton Manning kind of goofy his way through the Chicago Bears and win his only title with the Colts, and then later on with the Broncos. Early season games are essentially an extension of the preseason. I know people get excited. There's the overreaction Monday and Tuesday and the first few weeks of the season. I was happy with the Patriots' performance. I think their defense is going to be a lot better than people thought it was.
You were happy with that 33-3 demolition?
Look
at you going on a limb.
And exactly. And I asked myself the question hypothetically. Let's say the Steelers beat the Patriots 33-3, which we have seen the Patriots take drubbings early in the season. Then you kind of take a step back, collect yourselves, and then kind of reassess what the game plan is, and then you kind of right the ship. And I think that's going to happen with the Steelers. I do have a joke I made up, by the way, about the Steelers. And they have a proud history with the Rooneys owning the team. But you know why they only have one decal on their helmet?
Why?
Because when Thomas Edward Brady retires, they're going to put his image on the other side because he freaking owns the Steelers, my friends. Okay, now, Cowboys. I know everybody's buying playoffs and Super Bowl tickets, but I think we need to let things settle in. I think you and I, Jeff, could have thrown 3 or 4 touchdowns against the Giants defense, but a great performance nonetheless, and I think that continues to improve. But I do think let's just let things kind of simmer, coagulate, and percolate over the next few weeks before we make Super Bowl predictions, although I do think the Packers and the Patriots will play in this year's Super Bowl. USC, they have made some horrible decisions with people at the AD position that I believe are uniquely unqualified, particularly the last 2 with Pat Hayden and Lynn Swann. And it'll be interesting. Get a businessman in there with somebody that can facilitate meetings and hold people accountable. Speaking of accountability, people are up in arms about Antonio Brown signing with the Patriots. This will be a testament to culture, expectations, right, and holding people accountable. Guys, there's a list of players that were considered malcontents in the NFL. Corey Dillon, Blunt, Randy Moss, Rodney Harrison. They have nothing but glowing things to say once they arrived in New England. Will it happen with Antonio Brown? It's to be determined. It's probably 50-50. He delivers a Super Bowl championship or he gets cut by the bye week. We'll see how this all plays out. But you know what? The Steelers organization had an opportunity, and he had great seasons with them, but they didn't hold him accountable to standards. Then he traverses west to Oakland, and you saw in Hard Knocks, it's like a pizza party over there. Might as well go to Peter Piper's Pizza. it's a loose environment. Great win by them, by the way, last night.
Yep.
I think it'll be very interesting to see how the culture emanates with Mr. Brown, and I hope it goes well for him.
Right.
Anyway, thoroughly enjoyed the game this weekend, and I hope you gentlemen have a nice day.
Enjoy your day. Indeed. That's why things work with the Patriots and seemingly nowhere else. It is culture. It is expectations. It is the way they do it, and guys buy in because why? Because it's proven and they win. And it's not accepted if they don't. Where in other places, they do. Knock on wood if you're with me. You're not with me?
Oh, is that what that was?
Knock
Like,
on
who's
wood if
trying
you're
to
with
get
me.
in?
That was me. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Hello?
Knock on wood if you're with me.
We're on the air, man. Quit
I
knocking.
know. You and I both think it's going to work. He shuts his mouth and goes and plays. By the way, they added a $20 million option yesterday. So he's going to end up making more money. There's $35 million for him to be made in 2 years. Winner, Antonio Brown dinner. Yes. Absolutely played this thing right. Larry, you need me to hold Larry or you want me to take him now? Take him now? Good morning, Larry.
Hey,
Hello,
good
Larry.
morning, fellas. Thanks for taking the call.
How's it?
Running into work a bit late today, but, I have to say,
Good to be the boss.
I really enjoy Edward. That guy's phone calls are...
Don't tell
he
him
needs
that.
a seat at the table from time to
Don't
time.
tell him that.
That phone call just now was...
Go. Uh-oh. Larry?
What happened to him? Hold on. Larry.
What's that?
Oh, I thought you got sniped. Go ahead.
I'd like to hear your thoughts. I missed it this morning on Flacco because I was the first one to call when we signed him. Oh, this is going to work. And last night he threw the same exact passes behind the receivers he's been doing the last 2 or 3 years in Baltimore, and it just, man, the air was inflated. I know it's first game of the season, knee-jerk reaction, but Joe Cool is the same. Joe Cool, he is who we thought he was. It's killing me, guys. Thanks. I'll take the comments off.
Later. All right. When we come back, we'll give you those comments because JJ's got his thoughts on Skinny Joe. So we'll give you that when we come back. We got to take this final break. 2460610 if you want to get into the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS.
1981, formerly known as St. Clair Winery. We're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lescombe. Today, our D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lescombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro. The Lescombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lescombe. Today, our D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lescombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro. The Lescombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lescombe. Today, our D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lescombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lescombe Winery and Bistro. The Lescombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a
The world-famous look
Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals with 100% of proceeds donated.
Michael Carlisle and Mike Trujillo. Local Talk today at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, before we go back to the phones, do you want to let Larry know your thoughts on Super Joe Flacco?
Here we go back to
Flacco Tuesday.
Oldie
that's
but
different.
goodie.
Flacco Tuesday.
And a moment that will live on forever, thanks to Dennis Green. He is who we thought he was. If you want to crown him, crown him.
So you're unimpressed, uninspired.
What's different about that offense to Joe Flacco than Case Keenum?
Nothing.
What is Joe Flacco going to do that's going to open up that offense instead of telling me he won a Super Bowl once? I thought the play calling was uninspiring, lacked explosiveness early on. Yeah, Joe Flacco, like any quarterback, can be successful when things are perfect. That offensive line's not great. Right tackle got hurt. Someone they just signed it from the Dolphins in the offseason. So that's a challenge. But it's more of the same, thinking just, a veteran quarterback's going to be the difference. All they need is a veteran quarterback to manage the game, despite the fact the defense has been taking a step back each year since they won a Super Bowl.
Rudy, good morning. How you living?
Well, I'm doing great. You know, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Truth.
We're going to get a rain shower this afternoon.
Beautiful.
So, NFL football, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It really kind of looked like a reboot from last year. So in the AFC, who's going to beat the Chiefs or the Patriots? I don't see anybody beating the Patriots, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't know if this whole thing with Antonio Brown was planned or not, but, you know, rewarding bad behavior, that seems to be the norm in the NFL. If it's a certain type of bad behavior.
No, if it's a certain type of player.
God forbid you kneel for the national anthem, right? You'll never be on a team again. But you can go out and clown around and be Antonio Brown and destroy what you can at the Steelers because you don't get what you want, destroy what you can at the Raiders because you don't get what you want. And when you're all out of chances, supposedly, you get magically signed by the one team that needs you the least, which changes all the dynamics, doesn't it?
It straightens the dynamics, yeah. If you're that good, you get chances. If you're the best at what you do, you get more chances than if you're not.
I mean, Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, has got to be sitting there telling him, Antonio, you're out of chances. This is it. You better do everything they tell you to do when they tell you to do it. You better be Forrest Gump, you know? and let's see if he does. I don't know if he has the discipline to do that, because once again, here you go rewarding bad behavior by signing him to the Super Bowl champions, who, by the way, have the easiest road back to the Super Bowl. Their first 6 games are all against teams that didn't make the playoffs. Is that right?
Yeah, in that crummy division. Yeah.
Did I read that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the National, who's going to beat the Eagles or the Cowboys? That's the question, if you ask me.
The Rams are right there.
Rams?
The Saints?
We'll see if they can replicate. I don't know. The Saints look kind of shaky. They really should have lost that game at home. But that goes to show you. And you know, the Lions, they're always going to be the Lions. Man, I've been seeing this since I was in law school. It just seems they can't get out of their own way.
The Lions are a non-factor.
Yeah, the Lions are going to upset a couple of people. They have some talent, but I just don't understand what goes on with that organization. That kind of luck seems to just follow them. You know? You said it this morning. You don't even get to call that timeout, but they gave them the timeout to cost the game.
Yep, they shouldn't have even got to call the timeout. It's the truth.
Anyway, interesting week. First week in the NFL, wasn't it?
Yep, usually is, and it's overreaction, and it always is. So, all right, man.
Yep.
See you.
Talk to you later.
246-0610, 888-922-0610. Joe Flacco's a superstar. You won a
That's what I
Super Bowl.
expected. They're not the worst team. You're right. Like, Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel Sanders. They established a run. But what does that get you? 7-9, 8-8, bouncing back from what they've been the last 2 years, 5-11, 6-10.
And they're not even crummy enough to get one of those top picks, right? No, I'm with you. I feel for you. You're in that purgatory, that no man's land. Like, how do you get out of it?
Quicksand.
Yeah. How do you get out of it?
And then it doesn't even matter if they wanted to look forward. Drew Lock started the season in the IR, so he's already going to miss half the year.
Well,
this would have been the chance. Dwayne Haskins was there if they liked one of the young guys coming out this year.
Dwayne Haskins was there. You know, the year before you had an opportunity, too. You had the number 2 pick. You took Bradley Chubb instead, right?
So Elway is the problem then.
Elway might be a problem.
Questionable, yeah.
I mean, Elway's certainly got to be held accountable, don't you think? I mean, absolutely has to be held accountable. Oh, that's right. All right, what do I get tonight? Get some baseball?
Oh, got to give some love to Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I get a little baseball tonight. Get to watch the Rockies. That's the
Are
bumper.
they still playing?
Yeah, I think they are.
It's still a thing.
That's
43 days till the Denver Nuggets tip off the season. Let's go, baby.
43 days till the NBA.
Nuggets and Avalanche.
Is that right?
Let's go.
And I can watch them on my altitude?
Let's get altitude back on DirecTV.
I don't have altitude anymore.
Golly, I'm going to have a
How
conversation.
did that happen?
They're taking away all my channels. I'm paying what?
Couldn't have it all. Nope.
You're going to hear from me.
Like, you want CBS or altitude?
Yeah, I don't even know how that happens. All right, so you have the people complaining at Texas from LSU because of the locker room. You've got the NFL Players Association in a tweet saying that it's contacted NFL security after Titans cornerback Logan Ryan said that he had beer sprayed on him at First Energy Stadium on Sunday. That's in Cleveland. He said some of his teammates and him were sprayed by a fan wearing a Baker Mayfield. Oh, that'll narrow it down. He was wearing a Baker Mayfield jersey. That was Hot Take Dougie.
It's not even...
Dougie did it.
It's not even questionable. Look at the pick six late in the game.
Yeah.
It's video evidence is right there.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that was, though, the Mr. Tough guy sitting in the front row.
Yes.
He was tossing his beer, and then Ryan just jumped up. Like, he didn't go after him. He just jumped up, and the dude flinched like...
Yes.
His life
Like,
was about to end.
oh! You know, I ask very simple questions a lot. And like, at what point in your life do you decide it's okay to take somebody else's stuff that's not yours? At what point in your life do you decide it's okay to sit in stands and pour beer on an athlete who's
There's
working?
a lot of people that think that's okay. If you recall the situation we had here, Mexico United game, there was a beer shower. The majority of the fans say, hey, you come over here, that's what you get. Like, there is a mindset with fans think that if you come near them, we throw some beer on you, that's on you.
Really?
Yes.
Cuidado.
Yes.
You agree with that?
I don't agree with it, but fans think that way. They're like, if you're going to come over here, if you want to act out near us,
showers.
I'm going to throw beer on you?
Yes.
How would you feel about then those two going squaring off on the field or in a parking lot? I'm all for players and being able to go in the stand and beat the crap out of someone. Yeah, no, I am.
It would shock you the amount of people that are cool with stuff like that.
Really?
Yes.
It shocks me that you even say that. So, yeah.
We'll have another Malice in the Palace.
So people think that this is our place. Don't come over here. Even though you didn't come into the stands, you come in this general area. I can taunt you all day, but if you come over and score on us, you can't even look at us. You deserve for me to throw beer on you.
Yes.
And these are people that on the street would run from these guys. Right? If that happened on the street.
Here's the video of the Logan Ryan Browns fan one.
Somebody needs a beat down. Like, honestly.
Like, and the dude is right there. He just splashes beer on everybody. And then Logan kind of just jumps up over the railing a bit, and the dude flinches like he just
And he sprayed him on the way out, too. Yeah. What a spineless... Like, on the way out, he sprayed him again.
Where's security?
Again, somebody needs their ass beat. So help me understand...
That dude thought his life was ending when Logan Ryan jumped up.
So help me understand the mindset of if you come over here, it's okay. Help me understand that.
I don't see it. But there's a strong faction of people that believe that. Saying if you're going to act that way near us, you're getting shouted.
We can act a fool all day. We can yell and scream and call your mama what we called her, and you do something on the field and come this way.
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Yes.
I would love to hear that mindset. And somebody explain that to me, how that's okay.
Sober, too. I mean, do they proclaim that, like, before they've had a few? Or is this...
Well, so your point is do they have that conversation when they're sober?
Yeah. Do they like,
they
hey,
think
man,
that, yeah,
Arizona's
you're saying,
gonna be
yeah.
the-
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just telling you. I mean, at what point is it okay?
It's the we pay for these tickets. We have this barrier, this right to do things to you because you're an athlete.
Even though it says on the back of the ticket you don't. Yeah. I mean, I'm just telling you, I'd love to see a couple of fans just get beat down and that would stop quickly. I know that's horrible to say. But if that's your mindset that I have a right to abuse you because I bought a ticket, physically. And by the way, throwing beer on you is physically abuse, is it not? It's assault. I think it's the technique.
Oh man, that dude. When Logan Ryan jumped up, that guy,
yeah,
done for. And that when you realize they're running away, just keeps doing it. What a donkey hat!
Wow. All right, I just learned something. I had no idea that there were people who... Because I always thought that was just like an in-the-moment impromptu. I didn't realize that was a premeditated, you come here and I'm spraying my $9 beer on you. A $9 beer, $10 beer.
I wouldn't be spraying it nowhere at those prices.
$10 beer, really? All right. All right, do what you got to do, I guess, but that ain't right. That ain't right. All right, tomorrow, what day is tomorrow? Adam Deal?
Wednesday.
So Adam Deal is here tomorrow.
At the Happy Meal Deal.
And we have Devin Sandoval tomorrow.
With Devin Sandoval.
Yeah. I'll ask him. I'm going to ask about the beer thing. I'm really interested.
And this is an atmosphere here in Albuquerque that it gets opponents going because they don't experience a lot of places that actually have energy, have a supporter section that size, like right there, to where they score if they're on that end, and they like to give it right back.
Well, they should, man. They've been taking it all day. That's my whole thing with people. If you're going to give it, you need to be able to take it. A dude scores, you tip your hat and go, and what? You don't throw your beer on him. Again, I'd love to see the athlete go up in the stands and find the guy who threw the beer and let's go.
Yeah, just pull up the video. How'd that work out for we're on our test?
No, I know.
I
think it should be all right. I do. Thanks to Doug Martin, New Mexico State's head football coach. He was with us today. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Dan Patrick Show will follow that. The Sports Bar is this afternoon at 3, and then we're back with more award-winning radio tomorrow morning, both on ProView Networks and on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. All right, big day today?
30.
Gigantic.
Right.
Back to the grind, baby.
Alden, we'll see you whenever.
Next week.
Whenever you decide you want to come around.
You're one day next week.
Yeah, whenever you come by. Go out and be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Smell you tomorrow.